Hello, welcome. We are kicking off this wonderful, fun, I guess, end of season 3 show. But that definitely means that I get more free reign to just splatter all the characters immediately out of the gates here.
What?
Wait, what?
What?
Hello and welcome. We are
What's
Here
up,
Be
Chip?
Dragons. We are a D&D group that plays twice a month, and we are running through the end of
up?
our Season 3 campaign here. And before we even started the show, we have a $10 donation coming in, or a tip, that is resulting in a reroll that we had given to Austin as it came in. So Austin, that reroll that we gave you, thank you, Aaron, for that
Aw.
that
Thank you.
tip. Shadow Reels, thank you for the resub.
8 month in a row.
8 month in a row, Shadow Reels. Woo! We are so happy to have friends and fans back. What we want to quickly call out is the big thing that's going on. It should be on the very top bar, up and that way to me. We are giving away shirts. Not my shirt, this is a one of a kind, but we do have other shirts. You can see Find the Druid, Fight Like a Girl, Make Your Own Luck, Valari's Magical Unicorn shirt, and then a red version with a white outline similar to this. Wild Magic, sorry. We are giving those away this stream. We're giving one away to a special winner, so please, I believe it is !raffle that you see in that top bar. Type that in, you get one free entry into the raffle. We will be running that raffle at the end of the show. You do not have to be here to win. If it's not !raffle, I have totally messed up. I will double check that here in a second. Nathan, can you kick off some of the sponsor chat here?
I would love to talk about our sponsors.
No,
We've got
it's,
some
uh,
amazing sponsors over here at
Oh,
Here
it's
Be
giveaway.
Dragons. One of those amazing sponsors is Blacksmith Craft Dice. Let me tell you, folks, these dice right here, they roll just what you need. They are amazing metal dice that you can find over on Amazon.com. And you're going to want to grab these. They're affordable. They're a really nice feel to them. We've had a number of fans pick them up. They're really well rated as well. We love rolling them on the show. We also make sure that we don't let the DM roll them because they roll so well. We also have Critical Treasures. Critical Treasures is an amazing shop with all sorts of amazing RPG fun things. This is one of their amazing dice bags. I know Lindsay has one of their amazing dice bags. I think it's next to Jared right now. But we have some great stuff from there. They've got like little keychains. They've got dice, all sorts of fun stuff. So you got to check them out on Etsy. And then, of course, we also have Caffeinated Cobalt. Like, you can't go on an adventure without that energy, right? And so that's where we go for our caffeine needs. They are an amazing coffee company with a number of different, is it called roasts, right? Is that how you do coffee, honey?
Yep.
Former barista, so she knows, and that's why.
/ addict.
Addict/barista.
Yeah, let's get our titles in the correct order here.
The addiction drove the career.
Yes. But yeah, so those are our 3 sponsors. We love them very much. They do a lot for us. I know Jared often runs on Caffeinated Cobalt.
Right now,
he's like, I gotta get ready. I gotta get ready to TPK.
Yeah,
I
gotta
chose
see
nap, he chose coffee.
There you go. Hey,
I like to do both.
to each their own. I think that is the rundown of the sponsors. But let me also tell you about our amazing ways that you can donate. You already saw that $10 came in and gave a re-roll to Austin. That's what $10 can do. $5 can get you a pull from the Mild Magic box over here. It is a scroll system where we will pull a random scroll out of the box. You're going to affect the battle in some way, shape, or form. It's a lot of fun. A lot of random crazy things happen there. And it could be the battle. It could be just the world. Only way to find out is to donate.
And assigned to a random player.
It's assigned to a random player because all the randomness. You get to assign the re-roll, though, if you give the $10. And I believe it's with $25, a challenger approaches, which is either someone who's going to help us, or you could donate and make it so that we immediately have to face off against some baddie that Jared has prepared. One way or the other, it's going to just add madness to the story. All thanks to you.
And if all the donations add up and take down the hype boss, which is that green bar
Yes.
just a little below Jared, if you become the new hype boss, you assign a nat 20 to anyone of your choice that you see on screen. And it looks like we got the raffle fix, so use ! giveaway. It looks like most of you so far have gotten that straightened out.
This giveaway system is a little different, unfortunately, so just as a heads up, it's spitting back a link. Go to that link. You can, quote-unquote, buy a ticket. Everyone gets one free ticket and no availability to purchase another one. I will show you what the public page looks like here.
No purchase necessary.
No purchase necessary. You'll see our lovely art on screen, and if you scroll down, there's a little ticket right here. It just says purchase entry. Make sure you buy one ticket there. It's a free entry into the giveaway. Yes, buy. It says buy tickets. This bot is a little wonky. They changed it out on me, and I didn't get enough time to make it chat only. So again, visit that link, get your entry, and we will be doing drawings later in the show. Anything else?
I think that's it.
Cool. If we aren't getting the giveaway thing working here shortly, I've got a list here that is showing what is going on. We will start just quickly writing names down and drawing from a hat if we have to do that as well. Because,
Super high tech.
yeah, technology.
Improvisation.
I mean, so far, knock on wood, our audio, our video, our internet's all running, so it had to be the giveaway. That piece of technology's gone.
3 seasons.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah. Here in a second, we'll skim back through chat if we need to and start marking them down by hand. We will make sure to get everyone involved who has been a part of this because we are so incredibly happy to have you here. And Nathan was just trying to say something to us. I couldn't hear you there.
No, I just said,
Okay. Cool. So again,
Okay, so the buy tickets.
the buy
isn't
tickets
loading.
doesn't seem to load. Okay, cool.
Okay.
I will just start making notes.
We're on it, folks.
All right, we will go back through. So instead of typing exclamation giveaway, sorry about that. We will try and keep an eye on people who do. Can we just have every single person in chat that wants to get into the giveaway type in one single emoticon of their favorite choice from any and all of them, whether it's ours or another stream. Type that in now. We'll give just a moment while I get the story up here. So one single emoticon. Lindsay here is writing down everyone's names who wants to enter.
In the meantime, Shadow Rails was asking about Alex's hair. You missed it in our tech setup. It was very emo. So he he took our break to fix it. But we are just now opening up in LA. I was able to schedule a haircut for next week, and I'm so
That's what I
excited.
got.
I just-
Shadow, that's the same list I have so far.
Shadow Reels, thank you for scrolling back through as you were our first one here. But we do have you marked down. We will
Well, she
continue to
said-
mark people down.
she said
Yep,
the list,
she
I got that.
did great giving us a list
Oh.
here.
Thank you, Shadow Reels.
We love our fans and everyone who has joined in. Cool. So,
Please be
tech-
patient as I'm doing my administrative skills that I haven't used as much lately.
tech issues aside, we are ready to dive into our final episode of the season. Bum, ba, ba. Last we were left with the party. They had just released the spirit or the
Ah,
remains of the Dragon King. They found the soul well and walked close enough to it, and with a dual mage hand, opened the vial and released the Dragon King into the Well of Souls. Now, it did light up bright red, sprung through all of this seemingly water until splashes of it started hitting the circular stone pad around where the party had not dared step. As the splashes hit, they could see they were miniature versions of various creatures, souls, most of them seeming to be a bit more evil, as this is a spot to lock them in for their final demise. The party was standing out in the dirt around this path, and as they were, they watched as the red light dissipated into what seemed to be the water again, and it just was a fountain. And just as the sigh of relief came across them, a beam of light shot up from the center of the fountain, about 10 feet above, and exploded into a mist of sparkles that went straight out in every direction, hitting trees, leaves, and anything in its path. This spray stayed above the heads of our dear party here, flew over, and a gust of wind nearly knocked them over. And as it did, they watched the red sparkles soak into the trees and the plants and the vines of this forest. The boom red sparkles. And the boom that accompanied this blast echoed for a brief moment, and then everything was silent.
I draw my sword and look for dragon trees. Glitter's bad enough, but when it's red, you know there's gonna be trouble.
As you look around, you notice a few vines and branches just swaying in the aftermath of the explosion. Even the sounds of the slight breezes and the creatures that had moved in this incredibly dark place are quiet at the moment.
Are there any trees or vines nearby?
The trees and vines that you see
How close is
are about 40 feet out. You're in a more open area in a clearing.
Right.
At your feet, there's a bit more of like an underbrush, some weeds, some leaves, and some little overgrowth that you're kind of stepped into this mess just a little bit.
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna try and run over to the edge of the clearing.
Yep.
Because we saw the red dissipate, but then there was the explosion. I don't know if bits of this Dragon King are now has passed on to the trees. So I'm going to go to one of the trees, put a hand on, and just see if I can sense if some of the life force of the trees has adjusted. If the aura of the trees.
You're gonna be a druid.
Adjusted. Yes. And just see if I can get any feeling that anything has changed for them. I mean, when we first came in, it was kind of dark and foreboding anyways. But is it more dark and foreboding?
He's foreboding.
Maybe more so. But as you begin to run, I need everyone to make a perception check.
Perception.
Baby, we're on the run. Oh yeah, I
go
see.
with my passive.
If you rolled under your passive, you may go with your passive. I will allow.
Oh. Yeah, that's ain't good.
What does a 23?
Really?
Mhm.
Nice. The rest of you. 11.
10.
10? 12?
16.
16. Everyone except for Ari does not see this. Ari, as you are looking around and you look down, you notice that across your boot, a few vines begin to grab at you, as if they're trying to hold you down. And you notice that your other boot gets the same treatment. The vines are coming up through the leaves and grass and trying to hold you down. At this point, the rest of you, however, are grasped at the feet. Rumil, I need you to make a dexterity check to see if you fall over or if you stay standing as you were moving quite quickly.
Is it a check or a save?
Let's do a save. Thank you.
Okay.
I'm going to slice at the vines by my feet,
Yep.
and then run back to stand on the stones near where the well was,
Okay.
and call out, "Watch your feet!"
Okay.
13.
13. You do end up falling over as the vines grasp tightly. You don't take any damage, but you do trip, and you are now prone, and you feel the vines grasping at the rest of your body. Right now, as all of you have been grasped on your feet aside from Ari, Ari has made it just to the edge of the stones, and we are going to roll some initiative.
Yikes!
Lovely. That's how we start.
This is how we start.
Well, I was very perceptive, not very initiative.
All right, we'll go through the order here.
The forest is lonely. It wants to
What
go.
do we have for Ari?
8.
8. And then Garth, 5?
Yep.
Okay. Lord Draklin, sir?
12.
12. Rumiel?
18.
18. Valari?
10.
10. And Astro gets a 10.
Shadow Rail says the forest is lonely. It wants a cuddle.
Oh.
Nothing.
If only.
Don't trust a cuddly forest.
No. Rumiel, we start at the top of the turn order for you. As the vines grasp to you and you're prone, you may attempt to attack them or try to break free with a strength check.
Well, strength is probably not going to be a real great check. Yeah, because they're holding. I'm going to try to do a produce flame.
Okay.
And kind of. Okay, okay. I guess this might be a better question. They're coming up on all sides.
They're coming up on all sides. It's
So,
as
yeah,
if the
I-
forest
I-
floor is trying to pull you in.
Is not gonna take care of everything. Like I could even if I threw some flame at it, it's only gonna take care of one side.
Yep.
So, if I'm feeling them coming from everywhere, well, no, gut reaction. That's probably what I would do anyway. So I'm gonna try and throw something like at my feet where it grasped, and see
Okay.
if I can like get myself up.
All right. Please roll to attack these vines that are coming in at you.
Right. That would be a 21.
That does
Ooh,
hit the
dang.
vines at your feet. Please roll your damage.
And that will be 2d8. Where you at? There you are. 6.
6. You do 6 points of damage. You do knock a bunch of the vines off at your feet, but you do still feel them grasping to your sides. At this point, as your turn ends, the vines creep up over you a bit further.
Mm-hmm.
All right. We go to Lord Draklin. Your feet are currently held down, and you feel the vines starting to come up your legs. You may attempt to break free or attack.
Are there around me, are there any platforms, anything that is not this forest floor?
Yeah, you did see Ari run past you to the circle, the platform that the Well of Souls was centered on that you didn't dare step on when we last left.
Okay, so... And I see Rumiel sinking into the ground.
You see Rumiel being
Quicksand?
not quite like quicksand, but you do see like the forest floor kind of opening up around him and trying to pull him in. So maybe to you it would seem quicksand-like, and you feel similar around your feet.
I'll just try to break free.
Okay. Please do a strength check on that.
Ooh. That's gonna be a 2 - 1.
You wriggle your feet a bit, and as you do, you feel the vines climb up to above the knee and hold you tight and start to pull you down into the forest floor as well. Valari.
Ruh-roh.
And just sit up.
This is going to be the shortest session.
Yeah, seriously.
Season finale. Yikes.
So I saw Rumiel
Mhm.
fall,
Mm-hmm.
and then what did he do?
Rumiel struggled a bit as the vines came up, and he cast flame at his feet to kind of ward off a little bit of these vines, but they're still grabbing onto his torso and trying to pull him down.
Okay.
Yep.
And then I saw him attack, and they climbed up his legs further.
You saw him struggle to try and break free. Yep.
Okay. I'm gonna do nothing.
You're going to do nothing.
You're just gonna sink.
We don't know that.
As you do, the vines crawl up past your knees, grab
Okay.
tight, and begin to pull you into the forest floor.
Woo!
Astro is grabbed on his little paws, and he's looking around and letting out a yelp, and he is going to just try to break free himself.
Yeah.
Astro, your strength is... You see that he breaks 2 of 4 paws free, the front ones, and he's bouncing, trying to get out of the back paw grasp, and they come up around his hindquarters just a little bit and hold him as well.
Blink,
Uh,
blink away.
Ari, as you've rushed over to the platform, the vines that were grabbing at you manifest themselves into a small creature in front of you that stands about a head's height lower. It's a very viney, leaf-filled creature, and it looks at you and slashes out at you with
Rude.
one of its vine-covered arms. And it is a 18 to hit.
The tie.
It's a tie. So it does hit. And you take 2 points of slashing damage. It is now your turn.
Well, I'm gonna fight back. I've got my short sword in hand, so I'm gonna go for one swing.
Your longsword?
Or yeah, long sword. That's gonna be a lot to hit.
A lot to hit.
It's an
18
18 on the
plus.
die plus 7.
Oh yeah, that definitely does hit.
25.
Okay, so let's see. That'll
It's
be
a mere flesh wound.
It's a mere flesh.
8. Where are you, D8? Okay. That's gonna be 10 points of damage.
All right.
You get plus 7 and what?
Plus 6 and then plus my 1.
Oh, wow.
And then I'm gonna take my second swing.
Perfect.
That's
Uh,
another 18.
it's again an 18.
That does hit.
Ooh.
And that's a 13 points of damage.
13 points of damage. With your 2
Nice work.
slashes, you slash once through and then back up again, and the vines shatter into very inanimate vines now. They don't seem to be possessed and coming after you, and they fall to the forest floor. And you're able to take a brief peek around, having seen this thing come out of the floor at you, and you notice that around each of your friends, the motion is only about as big as this creature that you have attacked. So you gain a little bit of insight, understanding that it seems like these things are localized. Garth, it is your turn.
I would like to shoot just a firebolt, just like boom, boom, just get off me.
Right at your feet.
Yeah.
All right.
Why not?
Shoot yourself in the foot. Let's do this.
If I can't hit my own foot, that would be something. All right, here we go. Ooh. Let's see. Do I want to use a lucky? I feel like it.
of the day.
Yeah, right? Because I already used my 2 portents.
Oh, so they wouldn't help you. I think you had 2 too.
As
Oh,
he's
yeah.
making
Yeah.
as he's making his choice, just as a reminder for those who have joined in, if you wish to be part of our raffle, just type in all caps raffle, and
no,
we will
sorry.
make sure that you get entered into that.
Do the exclamation point giveaway.
Oh, exclamation point giveaway, so you
Because
can see it.
pops
Perfect.
up 2 messages and it makes it more noticeable for me since I'm writing it
Exclamation
down.
point giveaway, like it says up there. Do as
Yeah.
the bar says,
Enter
and
for a free T-shirt.
we are giving away one of our show shirts. If you want to
Your
take a look at what
choice.
these show shirts are, click the merch button below. If you want to buy any and all of them, they're available there. If you don't get your win tonight.
I'm going to take a gamble.
Okay?
Keep the roll. It is a 14 to hit.
14 to hit. It does hit.
Hey!
Yep.
Please
All right,
roll
here
your
we go.
damage.
2d10 fire damage
Get
for a
it?
total of 12 fire damage.
12
yeah.
fire damage. You blast the vines that are climbing up your legs, and they wither and fall apart as you hit them for 12 fire damage.
Boom. And
Yep.
well, can I run
run
to
away?
where
You may
Ari
move.
is?
You may move, yes.
Yeah, I'm gonna go there.
All right.
Next to the person with the sword.
Okay.
Good call.
As you run through the brush, you do not notice anything else grabbing at you. Rumiel, sir, you are partially covered with these vines on your upper torso, and they're
Yes.
starting to grasp at your arms at this point, making it a bit of a challenge to fire at yourself.
Agreed.
At this point, you may try to break free, or other actions you'd like to figure out.
Sure. Anyway, would the vine person in front of Ari be something that I would have noticed, or is that something that I would have
You-
been pretty locked into my own situation?
You would have been locked into your own situation as you were
Okay.
rushing away and had gotten knocked down.
That's true. No, that makes sense. Then seeing them kind of starting to wrap over me, I am actually going to wild shape
All right,
into a black bear.
into a black bear. Anything you need to roll for that? You just shape out and off you go.
Yeah,
Perfect.
that's just
Uh,
his eyes kind of roll back, and you see the skin start to like crawl and bones start to shift, and all of a sudden the black bear is there.
as you start to do that, you feel the vines encompass you almost completely, and then you bust through as the black bear with a shatter of dead vines everywhere.
Epic.
Do you do anything else?
I was gonna say, if there were, that is an action.
Yep.
So am I still partially restrained at all? Because
No, you've
Okay.
blasted out of this hold.
With
Okay.
barely any effort.
then okay. If I turn around, I'm gonna check on my party.
Yep. You do see Lord Drackland with the vines up to above his knee, Astro with them up on his hindquarters, and Valari with them up over her knee as well.
Okay. I will go to. Are they kind of all together, or?
Yeah, as
I will head
things
towards
were. Yep.
them,
All right.
so that on my next turn, perhaps start taking swipes at these vines.
All right. You're able to rush in and be within about 5 feet of all of them. Seeing that the platform was only about 7 to 10 feet from where you guys had stopped, you're just kind of in the middle of the group. Valari.
Okay, so I'm going to use my meta magic to, as a bonus action, cast Shadow Blade. And that's what, level 2?
I believe so.
Level 2.
Shadow Reels, we will find some big spends for those TikTok bucks. Maybe it'll be a cheers moment where everyone on the stream has to chug whatever drink they have for. Uh-oh.
Let's do this.
But that'll be in our next episode, hopefully.
Nathan, what do you have while she's looking at stuff? What is in your plan?
What do I have?
It's cut up orange and blueberry and strawberry.
Yes, I see that, but what
There's
is?
a little tequila, a little sparkling water, a little ginger beer, a little Cointreau. Did I say that? Anyway,
Was this a Lauren, I'm just gonna pour some stuff together?
She just
Yeah.
handed it to me.
it's
Perfect.
delicious.
I bet it is.
All right, Valari, what is it that we do?
I've just been reading. So I said I'm using my meta magic
Yep.
and using Shadow Blade as a level 2 bonus action to cast that. Then I'm going to use it to like cut the vines because I imagine Astro's like right by me, so I want to cut the vines.
Yep.
From him.
From him? All right, roll to attack the vine.
And it is dim or dark, right?
Yes, it is dim at this point.
Okay.
Okay,
As the forest has gotten a little darker with...
so I have advantage.
Yes, you do. It's Lucas Martinez, yes.
So that would be a 19.
It hits.
Which is good because the disadvantage one was a 1. Okay, so that is 2d8s.
2d8s. Ink Deers, thank you for the follow.
Thank you.
So that's gonna be 15 points of
15
damage.
points of damage. You slice the vines away precisely at the back feet of the Blink Dog, who's been your faithful companion these last couple days. And as you do, the vines fall away from him. He looks around and teleports himself and blinks right at the feet of Ari and Garth and checks himself out to make sure that he is okay. Valari, however, the vines do come up to about
Yeah.
your midsection at this point.
Yeah, I know.
And as they do, you do take 1 point of piercing damage.
Okay.
They are thorny vines.
They are thorny vines. Ari, it is your turn.
But
Did we
he
skip me?
teleported.
Oh,
Maybe?
I did. Sorry.
Yeah, he was supposed to
Yeah,
go
Lord
before
Lord
me.
Draklin. Sorry about that. My
Okay.
my turn order got a little wonky
Did you
here.
teleport Astro away? Sorry, I was.
Yes, he did.
Okay.
Lord Draklin, we roll back time 6 seconds to you.
That's okay. I can just go after her this time.
Back and
All right.
turn back
Um,
time.
I'm kind of like I have these vines coming up my legs,
Yep.
and they're like at my midsection now.
They are making their way to the midsection as your turn progresses, essentially.
Okay, so I like pull my long sword that I have
Yep.
currently, and I'm like not sure what to do. And then I look down and I see that the vines are creeping into my bag over the cat book, and I say, "No, you don't!" and I start slashing them with my sword. So I'm gonna attack twice.
Not that cat book.
That's gonna be 16 for the first one.
Hits.
Okay. That's gonna be 7 magical damage.
7 magical damage, all right.
For a second there, I thought that was your second roll. I was like, 7, bro. Ugh.
It's not so good. Funny enough, it's impossible to get a 7 when you have +8.
Yeah.
I wish I had +8 anything.
16 to hit.
That hits as well.
Okay, and that's gonna be 12 damage.
As you slash through these vines, they fall off, and you are able to ensure that the slashes on the side where the vines are coming up into your bag, you sever them cleanly as to not let the vines grab hold of your precious book. Not a single thorn was laid into the book, and
That's
you
right.
are free. The vines fall away from you.
Okay, I'll probably run up to the ledge
All right.
as well.
You run up to the ledge and you're safe there with most of the party. It goes to Ari's turn. You do see that Valari is now getting covered in these vines.
How far is she from me?
She's only about 10 feet away.
Okay, great. I go 10 feet, and I want to slash, like, at the ground,
Yeah.
not at her, not anywhere near her, not anywhere where you can
Not slash near her by definition.
Yeah. You're. Yeah, if babe, if you
Yeah.
roll a
Okay.
one,
I mean, I cut the vines off Astro, so I'm sure you're fine.
22.
Yep.
22. It hits, and as you're rolling your damage, Valari, please roll me your wild magic.
Because
as
I
it
just
does
reminded
scare
him
you. It does scare you as she comes rushing in
Because I
and
wasn't
slashing.
prepared for it,
Yep.
right? Yeah.
14 points of damage.
14 points of damage.
Well, did you,
do.
say I got you, Valari?
I did yell out before
She said, I
running,
got you, girl.
You do
Got you.
slash through the vines and end up freeing her just as wild magic
And her hair falls.
explodes.
It's a 99.
A 99.
Ooh.
Got me good. Come on.
You feel energy move through your body as if to recharge you. Since your pocket watch is buzzing and you're unable to get to it, I will tell you what it does. You regain all of your spent sorcery points. Not your spell slots, but your sorcery points.
Nice.
Seems
That's
good.
legit.
That's a good 99 right there.
I'm
But I've
better than
only-
dead.
I've only
No,
spent
no.
2 today, so.
I've only spent 2.
2 is 2, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, seriously.
And as you all have fended off these attackers,
Does Valar still has some on her?
I think she just
Oh,
cut
that's
him,
right,
right?
Ari just sliced him and
Yep. My bad.
finished the fight there. You are now out of a really weird combat.
How many kills do I get? Just kidding.
You can. You're over there just like 1, 2, 3.
You gotta put the knife in the sword.
You're like counting each of the leaves.
Rumil, as you're looking around, even in your bear form, you recognize the tidbits of these creatures to be a vine blight.
Ah. Yes.
All right,
I can't say anything. I'm a bear. So
you're a bear.
What were these things
Is it gonna
crawling up
keep
our bodies?
growing?
I think they're vines.
They're vines.
I grew up in the forest, and that's what they look like to me.
Weird.
The druid's nodding. I don't speak bear, but I can understand that.
Or the druid has some bear
Maybe it's
disease.
He's
fleas
got
on his
a
neck.
weird itch.
A weird itch.
Well, that
Oh.
was odd.
Yes. Perhaps we should get moving?
Where are we going?
Yeah.
Out of the forest. I mean, we did what we came here to do.
As you
Bear?
look around,
Can you? Oh yeah.
as you look around, you notice that as the forest has changed on you before, you have no idea which direction to go. There's a couple small paths out of the area, but where you'd come from seems to have been engulfed by the forest yet again.
Great.
Hey,
So,
druid.
same as before, do we just pick a path and...
I turn to the bear and say, "Do you smell better? I mean, you don't smell very good, but like, are your senses of smell better than us? Could you smell us home?" Yes? No.
He's gonna like go up on his hind legs and try and take a good whiff and see if, you know, Gandalf always said the air doesn't smell so foul down here. I'm gonna see if I can sniff the correct path.
All right, give me a smell check, sir.
Which actually, in bear form, I'm going to double check. I'm pretty sure I have advantage.
I think
15 cents.
The bear has advantage on perception checks that rely on smell.
there you go. Perception check
So,
on smell.
DM's just laughing because he knows there's nothing to smell.
I know. Okay, so I'm gonna go with a 23.
23. As
23 smell check.
As you
Smell
stand
checks.
up on your hindquarters and are sniffing the air and standing considerably taller than anyone else in the party here, the air is a bit different. You do note that you smell a familiar stench. And as you do, it seems to be moving closer, and it seems to be kind of coming off of the treetops. And as you look, you look off to your left, and you notice some flying object come careening down towards you. Mildly like it's got wings, but mildly like it doesn't. And it ends up tumbling to the forest floor right in front of you and stands up and looks around and looks up at you and pulls the hood back off. Hey guys! I've been looking for you everywhere! It's so good to see you. We heard about you coming in here, and we need to get out. This isn't a safe place.
I'm gonna give him a bear hug.
You pick up this little goblin
Get it? It's
and
a bear hug.
squeeze him, and as you lift him up in your bear form, his jaw drops and his eyes bug out. He goes, is this with you? Is this with? Okay.
No,
It's the elf.
it's not.
I'll put him back down.
We've never seen this bear before in our lives.
Nope.
The little goblin backs up and kind of looks away at each of you and then back at the bear, still a little unsure.
No, it's all right. That's Rumiel.
There were some vines. We had to fight,
Oh.
so he turned into a bear.
Yeah.
Oh, he does look like he got a haircut or something. Ha, whatever.
We were just trying to get out of here. Do you know which way we should go?
Oh, I flew in and the city was behind me, I think. Uh-oh. The forest looks different on the floor here. But the city was behind me. That's all I know.
Is there a path close to where, like, we saw him fly in from?
Rumiel, you will have noticed that he came from your left somewhat over the rest of the group. So you're able to kind of know the direction at least.
Yeah, at least.
Yeah.
Well, given the forest shifts, but I can follow his trajectory backwards.
Yep.
I'm gonna kind of make a growl, like, and nod my head over this way and start kind of slowly plodding towards the direction that he came. I've got wild shape for
An hour, right?
I believe it's an hour. But no, actually, I have it for 3 hours.
Oh, there you go.
Nice.
We're
High levels.
levels. Yeah. So I have it for 3 hours. I'm just gonna leave it on because he gets some advantages on smell stuff. So until I need to come out, I'm gonna stay in, and I'll just kind of take the lead.
All right.
I'll start following him and be like, guys, he said it's over this way. He talks just like my grandpa did.
I give you a very like strange look.
Grunts? Grumbles?
What's that look like?
Growls? You guys don't speak? Okay.
Thank you.
Oh, Dracklin, you got a little dirt on,
I already got it.
Okay.
We look again and it's gone.
For what, an hour?
Thank you though. Thank you.
Yeah, it comes back in an hour.
How'd it go?
Well, all right. I think we must just put our best foot forward, follow the bear, and thank you, TikTok, for alerting us. It's good to see you again, friend.
Good
Okay.
to see you too. Huh.
So I was gonna say, I mean, I have no idea what's going on.
Oh,
I don't
yes,
think I've
sorry.
ever met this guy before, so
No,
I'm kind of
he
like,
hasn't.
what? This guy just came out of the sky. Like, what is going on?
So
You may
this
have seen the wanted posters around town for the goblin and the boy. TikTok and Bath. They're considered heroes, but vigilante, as it were. Well, we met TikTok in an entirely different realm and followed him through a portal. And, well, we...
Broke him out of jail.
Right, of course. We've been constantly saving his life, and he's constantly been providing us with wonderful magical objects.
like this, and he pulls a bent fork out of his pouch.
I have one of those. I pull out a bent fork.
It looks nearly identical. Oh, hey, yeah, that one. Ha!
Yes. Put it away. Don't know how to use it, but
I also have a really cool axe. And anyways, he's got good stuff.
Yep.
We can trust him.
Typically trust goblins.
But he's so cute. He's a total fan favorite. The fan sellers in town all think he's awesome.
I don't typically trust suits. And he looks you up and down with your fancy attire compared to the rest of the group.
Tough to trust a suit.
Well, I guess I don't have much choice, but I'm keeping my eyes on you, little one.
All
I
right.
just give him an intense stare.
Okay, and he shrugs and turns away.
And
Baby hearts.
I need you to do something for me if I'm going to trust you.
Okay?
And I walk forward very solemnly, pull out my cat book, open this up.
Oh no.
He looks across the group. What is this?
She said you like
I will
magic.
pause at the edge of the forest and turn back to watch this.
Okay. He reaches out and his hands shake just a little bit and he grabs the edges of the book.
All right.
And
It's all
he
right.
finds a page about 2/3 of the way in, closes his eyes and pops open the book. And in the cloud of dust that comes out of it, it starts to settle. And sitting on the page is a small tiger cub that is just staring square into the goblin's face. And as he opens his eyes and looks at the tiger cub in front of him, he yelps and falls back on his butt. Ah, how did that get there?
Close it. Like, as soon as he sees, I close it really fast, be like, that's a very bad sign. And I just stroll away.
Okay. And he sits there for a minute staring where you were, and then gets up and brushes himself off and kind of plods along behind the rest of the group as you're all heading towards the forest edge.
And I'll kind of like walk up next to Romeo and be like, the tiger cub, it's not good. Like loud enough that I know he can hear me. Just kind of messing with him.
Hey, in all my time as a divination wizard, I've never seen anything like this to tell the likes of people.
What did you all get? Is this a trick?
You're okay, little buddy.
Okay.
I will say no one's ever got such a ferocious being before, even if it was so young.
You are tough and regal.
Cool. Thanks.
Yep.
As you begin this trek into the darkness of the forest, it is dim lit and it is a very musty smell. The undersides of these trees, you do notice that because the light hasn't shone here, that some of the growth is both rotted and old, and then there's some like moss starting to grow through, more like a cave moss and less like a fresh air moss, and it's almost dank and damp as you continue down this path. The pathway starts to shrink a bit to only allow about 2 humans shoulder to shoulder, or 1 bear to walk through. It is tall above your heads, about 12 to 15 feet before there's any branches or hanging vines, so it seems like this might have been a pathway used before, and you're not making new ground here. And with a few moments walk, a little bit on edge, you come to a ravine that is cut straight through the forest floor. One that, as you would have noticed outside of the forest, didn't seem to exist there. As if this is something the forest is playing tricks on you for.
Well, that's
How wide is the ravine?
The ravine across is about 40 feet. Out about 10 feet, however, there are 2 small platforms that do somewhat stick up out of the ground. Oh, we do have a random scroll we'll do here in a second. Crossbones, thank you for the donation. We are going to draw this random scroll, and it will be part of this narrative here. So you do see 2 small... What was that?
Oh, I'm just gonna remind Crossbones because I don't think they've entered into the giveaway.
Hashtag
Exclamation point.
or exclamation
It's up there.
Exclamation giveaway.
giveaway.
I can't work this in easily, but here you guys go. DM gains immediate disadvantage.
Woo!
So
Get smaller.
the ravine gets even larger. So the ravine is about 40 foot across, but about 10 foot in, there's a couple small platforms that have some standing stones with a vine draped down into the ravine out of the way. And as you're looking at these platforms, you do notice that past them, there seems to be a downed bridge hanging from the other side that these vines are connected to, as if
Wait.
you need to pull the bridge up in order to use it. TikTok walks up and looks around. I don't think this is supposed to be here. I've never seen it from outside of the forest. It's too big. Whoa.
Yes,
How do we get
well,
across?
Nothing seems as it should be.
Are there any like rocks on the ground?
There's a couple small stones. No large rocks.
Small stones are perfect.
All right.
I want to pick one up and just see if I can throw it to the other side, just to see if there's any like magical voodoo mojo jojo.
Mojo
Interesting.
Jojo. To get there, please give me a strength check.
That'll be 14.
14. You're able to throw the rock about 2/3 of the way out, and as you see it go out, it does arc down into the ravine. It takes a moment before you hear it hit the side or the floor or whatever it was going to careen into, but you're unable to see where it actually landed. It just disappears into the darkness.
Well then. So we've got about a 10-foot jump,
Yep.
a bridge that connects the 10-foot jump to the other side, or the 10-foot jump to our side?
It appears that on these two platforms, that whatever is there, there's a couple vine ropes that hang down. From what you can see as the bridge disappears into the darkness, it's laying up against the back side of this ravine. You would assume either the bridge comes up to one of the platforms or to where you're standing, but you can't quite tell how big the bridge is.
But a 10-foot jump will get us to the platform?
A 10-foot jump will get you to the platform,
I
yes.
can do that.
Okay.
Well, my mother always said that if you ever come across a ravine, just cast fly and fly across it.
I say
Yeah,
I
not
can
all of us
just
have
basically step across, so
I can't carry the bear if I cast fly though. So unless I cast fly on the bear and then we just ride the bear across each one at a time.
That's brilliant.
That's a.
That's kind of what I'm thinking, but what do we think?
I think he's in agreement.
1 second.
How I kind of walk over to Ramil. How slick is the fur? Can I hold on?
Well, I also have paws. So, like, if
Oh,
you
you
hang on,
bear
I can.
This bear
straight
hug.
up-
Levitating you, bear.
Lots of rope.
I have paws too. Let's think about this for a second.
You have paws?
P-A-U-S-E. Yes, I have paws.
Okay. Okay.
I cast Misty Step.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too.
Well, I mean, it will save everybody's spells if I just cast it on him. It's 10 minutes. He can just carry each of us across, and then all I need is an hour, and I get all my spells back.
Super keen on the idea of flying on the back of a bear.
I'm down. Papa Bear.
Let's
yeah,
give it a
rolling
try.
skill.
If others want to do otherwise, they can. I'll walk over to Emil and cast fly.
Did you say that you're casting it as a ritual or an insta cast?
No, it's not a ritual. It's just a spell.
All right.
You cool with this, buddy? I'll go across first so I can secure the other side. And I take out my rope and I just make a little, like, thing to hold. You comfortable? All right. Giddy up.
Why are we not just casting fly on someone to fix the bridge?
We could.
I mean, it's already on the bear, but
I mean, there's no reason to trust the rusty bridge in my mind if we could just fly across.
Soaring.
Soaring.
As you soar across, you're able to get a glimpse down into the hole that this abyss just seems to go forever. You do see a little bit more of the bridge, and it does seem like it would have been able to be pulled up between the two platforms and give you passage across. But you do land on the other side, and it's, again, still eerily quiet. Ari, you're able to hop off at this point because you are on the far side.
Okay. I'm gonna have sword and shield, and like I'm watching the forest for anything coming.
Yep. You don't see anything at the moment. The platform that you have is, or the area that you've landed in is about 40 feet wide, about 25 feet deep. And at the edges of this area, the forest is fairly thick. There's a little pathway that does kind of curve off around the corner from there. Rumiel, you turn around and you're able to start heading back towards the group. And as you get within about a few feet of the two platforms, your bear senses do catch a whiff of something on the air. And as you are flying towards the group, you do see down the pathway you just came a handful, and I say a handful, of things you may count, and more that you may not be able to get a number of shimmering cat-like creatures that seem to be in one place and shudder to another and shudder back. And they're all stalking towards, and you know you've seen these before, but they seem a bit more feral than the tamed displacer beasts you've encountered.
He's on our side or Ari's side that he
Behind the group
Behind us.
that he's coming back towards. So
Yeah,
coming up
I'm-
behind the rest of you.
Got it.
I'm gonna let out a growl as I'm kind of coming in for a landing. Like take up a solid stance and let out and growl in that direction, like a bellowing roar.
All right. As you do that, Shadow Reels, thanks for tuning in. We will catch up with you later.
Night, Shadow Reels.
If you do win, you'll receive a message from us. In case, like we said, people, you don't have to be here to claim your prize. We will message you if your name is drawn.
If anyone does have to go to bed, go get other food, go join in with other streams, we will message the winners. So
Just make sure you use exclamation point giveaway 10.
Bye, Nathan. So
Food? Come on.
So the bear drops down and lets out a roar past Valari, Garth, Lord Drackland, and the Blink Doggo.
Uh-oh.
And TikTok.
And TikTok, yes.
You might not have time for all of us.
Yeah.
I'm gonna turn around when I hear this roar.
You turn around, and at this point, you do see the commotion, but you're not able to catch a good sight of what the bear's roaring at, but you know it's not good.
So I'm gonna be like, do we fight or do we run?
Run!
Okay, so I cast Misty Step and I tell Astro to come and I go to the other side.
As you cast Misty Step and appear right next to Ari, Astro does a running leap for the edge, and as he's about to arc down, you see him glow blue and teleport and drop right at the edge of
That's so
the
close.
cliff, and like pulling himself up right in front of you, Valari, and you're able to get a hand on him before he slips down into the abyss, and he wags his tail as you're picking him up, just as a, uh-oh, that was close. We do have Garth and Lord Drackland and a flying bear on the other side.
Yeah.
In TikTok.
And TikTok, yes.
Giveaway across, Nathan.
I can probably make it. Can the bear carry? Do you think Draklin, you and TikTok could make it?
Yep.
All right.
Or I could stay and fight while you go.
Well, I would probably want. I'm like, because I'm guessing the bear is much bigger than both me and TikTok.
Oh, yeah.
Like I'm at halfling height, like giving him the boost up. Like, come on, TikTok.
He's still just a medium-sized creature. He's not a large creature.
The bear?
Yes, but we are small.
Yes.
But they are very small.
Yes.
Yeah, you both are small, granted.
Yeah.
But I'm not a grizzly bear.
Yeah. The
He's a
bear
moose.
the bear could carry both of you because of your
Like, because you're
stature.
small. Yeah.
How many beasts are coming at us?
As you get an eye in there, you think you count 7, but you also think you count about 12. As they're shimmering and moving back and forth, you're not quite sure what is the displacement and what is the cat.
Got it.
Let's go.
So I don't have any way across.
No.
No, you're riding the bear.
You're
Can
riding
you carry
with...
all 3 of us?
No, Garth
and
is
TikTok.
using Misty Step.
Oh, you're gonna use your Misty Step.
Yes, I figured I could do that at the very
Got it.
least.
Okay, cool. Let's do that.
All right. As you scramble to get onto the bear, a few of these creatures make their way into the clearing just in front of Garth. And you're watching and protecting as the bear starts to take off from the edge.
So, for Garth, really quick, can I just do like a look to see if there is a lever or something for the bridge itself on my end?
Yeah, as you look around, you don't see anything but a few downed logs, about 12 to 14 foot in length, and a bit of loose vine roping that is near them, but no levers, no switches, nothing machined.
Gotcha. Okay. And the chasm is how far?
The chasm is about 40, 45 feet across, easily.
Got it. Yeah. So I will. For me at least, Misty Step is a. I can only go.
I thought
30
you
feet.
said it was 10 feet. That's why I did it.
No, it's 10 feet to the platform.
Oh, well, then I didn't make it.
Do you have
And
your,
I'm
you have
gone.
your
If you
gourd, right?
jumped, if you did a running jump, you might have made it.
If you
But
did
I
running,
didn't say I did that.
I mean,
And there's no way I can jump 15
do you have your gourd?
feet. I don't know if I still have the gourd.
We can
Yeah.
redact that moment because she does have a gourd that she
I
can
don't
shake.
think I have any more uses on
Okay.
it.
Wait,
let's-
really?
No, you
should.
used it twice in the cavern,
The crypt.
You get 3
but
uses.
you got 3, so you have that would have been your last use of it.
I mean, if you
We
guys are
we
gonna
will redact
bend-
the moment. You can remove your use of Misty Step and use your last charge of gourd.
But wouldn't the gourd just be 30 feet too, or
No, the gourd's 100 feet.
how? I didn't know that.
Well,
Now you do.
Now you
Took a
do.
chance, and you learned.
All right, so we've redacted and fixed that moment. Garth, are you gonna do a running leap? Are you gonna try to get to one
He's
of these
gonna try
platforms? Okay.
He's gonna try it.
Couldn't I have picked him up and used the gourd?
Potentially, but the
But
moment
Garth,
is
take
gone.
my hand.
Well,
It's all right. Go without me.
No, I cannot.
And
Take
I
my hand.
back up 10 feet from the edge, and
So
I'd
fast.
say, I look over my shoulder, see ya, beasties. I start running and cast bonfire behind me so that this like huge fire just splurts up to block their view of me.
Okay.
I run for the edge, and I take a mighty leap. And as I like start falling, and like I'm like, I hope the math is right.
I hope the math is
step.
right. I believe it is a strength for your jump.
No.
I'm gonna get a rope out, just like ready to throw to anybody who looks like
Okay.
they're running into issues.
All right.
So I gotta roll strength, huh?
I need you to roll strength, and then
Alright.
I believe we half that as your jump distance.
Awesome. So we got that -1 going for us. So natural 20.
Wow.
There it is. With that natural 20, you feel a little bit of the boost of the fire give you an explosion as you jump off, and you cast Misty Step right at the arc of your jump, and it sets in just right as you're coming down, and you find yourself a foot from the edge. In true cartoon style, you have a brief second to go, uh-oh, and reach out a hand and grasp the edge as you begin to fall.
and I
Yoink.
reach out. And...
The two ladies on the other side, however, do catch you as you appear in front of them, and the bear and its passengers land next to you.
Oh gosh. The math was pretty darn good.
You
got
realize you forgot your fedora on the other side, however.
No, I got my fancy hat.
Just kidding. That's still on you. You hear hissing and growling from the other side as these displacer beasts are furious. A few of them leap to the platforms and are pacing on the platforms, so they're a bit closer to you. One of the younger ones takes a running leap and gets within 3 or 4 feet of the edge of where you're at, and falls into the abyss, and you hear a yowl, and moments later you hear a thud echo from the floor. They are after you.
I'm
but you
gonna
are-
I'm gonna move my create bonfire onto the closest platform.
onto
So
the
now that
closest,
platform's on fire.
onto one of the 2 platforms. The few cats that were there, as soon as it catches flame, leap to where they had come from. A few leap into the abyss because of the fire, and one tries to jump over and struggles and holds himself back up onto the non-engulfed platform. There's still more pouring out of the forest, and you count upwards of 20 in this pack of displacer beasts on the other side. Fortunately, none of them seem to be able to get to you. And as you gather yourselves, you hear some rustling on this side.
Uh-oh.
I'm gonna say I'm gonna spin around.
Shing.
You gonna sniff?
I was gonna say,
Sniff?
can I do a sniff? A little sniff check?
You can.
Hasn't
You-
phased in a week.
You smell off to one side a more metallic-y smell,
Metal.
and off
Ooh,
to the other
metal.
side an acidic smell.
Oh.
Do I have any approximation? Those are just kind of general area. Do I have any approximation as far as how far out they might be?
You're guessing at this point, within 30 feet, maybe a tiny bit further. In this dense forest, you do see rustling in the brush. They seem to be coming from, if you had jumped to the north, and let's say north is your path out, they're coming from direct east and west, and the ravine floor or the ravine drop off is to the south of where you're
South.
at.
Okay, so they're not coming like split from in front. They're coming from.
They're
either
coming
side.
from the sides, yes. You've got metallic to the west and acidic to the east.
He's gonna kind of just be growling, looking back and forth.
What do you smell, buddy? What do you smell? Everybody beware. It seems like Ramiel smells something.
As you're doing that, I believe the way things had landed, we do have Garth and Ari a bit closer to the west side, with our bear in the middle, Valari and Lord Draklin closer to the east side. We do have Astro and TikTok. Yes, I was like, I know there's another one here. Astro and TikTok are
Someone else.
standing somewhat near the bear, looking around. this.
Does the path go straight?
No, the path takes a fairly sharp turn to the right, only a few feet in.
Okay.
We may want to just start moving with our
Yeah.
eyes peeled.
All right.
I can't say anything. I'm gonna start like, kind of edging down the path and then going to the right.
All right. As you edge to the path and just get into it, and the rest of the group behind you, you hear a couple crashes out of the brush into the open area. 2 giant bug-like creatures. When I say giant, I would say they're about the size of a Great Dane.
Okay.
They're fairly sizable bug creatures. The one coming from the west is a bright reddish orange with long antenna on its head. And the one from the east is a sickly green color with acid dripping from its mandibles. And
Man, it's a good word.
as it stares the group down, Garth and Ari, you are facing the reddish creature. Lord Draklin and Valari, you are facing the slimy green creature. I will need a couple rolls here for initiative.
Can you give me the red one again? I was double checking something. Would you mind? I heard the slimy green mandible. What's
Yep.
the red one look like?
The red one is looks almost like a gigantic flea of sorts with large furry antenna off the top of its head.
Okay.
And we haven't encountered one of these before, correct?
You've not seen either of these before.
Well, we haven't seen one of them.
Well, we killed
You haven't seen one of them, no. But the thing that Garth and Ari do notice is there's a bit of red dust coming off
I was
of
gonna say there's
the one that you see.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
So, now with initiative, Ari,
23.
23. Garth,
nice.
Garth has a 17.
17. Lord Draklin, sir,
15.
15.
Ramil, you have a fly speed of 60 still.
You have a fly speed of
Thank
60
you.
still. And Rumil, what is your roll? 6. Woof. Valari,
21.
21.
21.
All right, so Astro gets a 21 there. Let me add our creatures. Adding creature number 1. And
Oh no, the DM is laughing. It's not good, guys. This is not
You
good.
should have worn your DM smiling shirt.
I had to wear a show shirt for our final
That's
episode of the
true.
season. Come on. All right.
Smiling
We
DM.
are rolling these creatures. Okay. Start of the turn order is Ari.
Cool. How close is the bug?
It's about 15 feet out from you.
Oh.
Okay.
Which one are you facing down?
The rest one. Okay, whatever.
Lovely.
I'm gonna go up. I'm gonna swing.
You're gonna swing with what?
My longsword is in my hand.
All right.
Got that +1 stuff on it too, remember?
Yes. That's gonna be a soft 20.
Soft 20, it does hit.
Okay. That's gonna be 13 points of damage.
13 points of damage. As you slash at this rusty colored bug, and you bring your sword through, you notice that on the edges of your pristine, clean sword, rust begins to stick and form on your sword.
I do have a special oil on my sword.
I would say with the oil
You do.
still.
The oil loses the glimmer, and the +1 goes away.
Okay. When I see that, I'm going to take my action surge to disengage
Okay?
and dash backwards.
All right. You
Dash
dash
away.
backwards.
Wait,
And-
that's
Well, just
actions.
run away.
Oh,
So-
okay.
Yeah. So run away with a disengage. You
Right,
you
yeah.
tuck and roll and get out of the way as you notice that the oil stops the corrosion from getting much more than just the edges of the blade, but the oil loses its shine and shimmer. We go to Valari, who's facing
The slimy one,
the
right?
slimy green creature with the dripping mandibles.
So I'm gonna start with my meta magic
Oh.
spell.
Oh, those things.
Oh.
We're
All right,
gonna
settling,
do-
folks.
We're gonna do chromatic orb at level 1.
Okay, what type are you casting?
Cold.
Cold. All right.
Ooh.
Yes, it
And
is.
that's not good. That's a 12.
12. It does not hit.
So I continue with my turn.
You continue with your turn.
And
Okay.
I cast Firebolt.
And you cast Firebolt as your non.
Yeah.
All right, cool.
Do I have to roll for attack on that? I
You
can't
have to roll for
remember.
attack on
Okay.
that. Yep.
And that's even worse.
Oh no!
So that's
horse?
a
Fuck.
9.
That's a 9. All right, that does not hit either. You fire these 2 projectiles, and they careen around this creature, and it snapped its mandibles a few times in a challenge. Astro looks up and notices one of the antennae on the top of this creature's head is flicking, and it's bothering him. So he runs and jumps and gets some footing on the edge of one of the arms of this creature and latches on to the antenna and shakes and drops down. And as he does, he breaks off a bit of the antenna and does 4 points of damage with a wriggling
What?
antenna in his mouth.
Yuck.
Yuck, indeed. But he did some damage, and he does use his teleport back to you, so he doesn't get hit as a claw comes down at him.
Drop it.
Drop it now. Garth, it is your turn, facing the rusty creature.
Yeah, Garth's gonna try something.
Okay.
Oh, this ought to be good.
We'll see if it works. Why don't- let's just do it this way. DM, why don't you have this thing make a wisdom saving throw?
A wisdom saving throw. All right. A 14.
Ah!
Wait. Doesn't DM have disadvantage?
Yes.
DM has disadvantage.
It was immediate disadvantage.
Mm.
He rolled.
7.
I thought you were gonna roll higher.
Yes!
Thank you. Was that crossbones?
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, thank you, Alex, for remembering.
Yes.
Yeah, good.
Yeah.
Alex for
solid.
remembering, Crossbones for putting it there. We need to have like just something that sits right in front of the DM that's got a frowny face.
This Great Dane sized, just huge bug
Yep.
all of a sudden twitches, and like starts compacting in on itself. As all of a sudden, it turns into a tiny little snail. As I just cast polymorph on it, and it's a tiny little snail now.
This
It's
tiny
just a tiny little snail.
this tiny little snail still has 2 furry red antennae on the back of its head, and that's the only thing that you can quite tell that this thing was once a bigger creature. Otherwise, it is now polymorphed.
Bravo.
For how long?
Right. Good use.
For an hour, as long as I concentrate on it. And I
As
tell
long
you
as it
one
doesn't
thing.
die.
I'm concentrating.
I'm concentrating real good.
Real hard.
Now, with that, is there any way for me to break that on that creature's turn?
I don't think
Not according
No.
to my short little snippet.
All right.
The creature also gains the intelligence of the creature, so it would have the
Yeah.
intelligence of a
so.
snail.
Oh, jeez. Okay.
If it dies, it will come out of it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Lord
but-
Drackland, it is your turn.
I'll kind of run towards this green creature, be like, "Nobody attacked the snail." And I'll pull out my longsword and just go whack, whack on
All
this
right.
little green acid one.
All right. Feel
That's gonna
free.
be 16.
16 to hit. It does hit.
Okay, that's 10 damage.
Okay.
The second one is gonna be a 15 to hit.
15 to hit. That hits.
And that's gonna be 8 damage.
8 damage. All right. As you slice twice at this thing, sprays of acid come out as it just seems to be a bug full to the brim with acid. Its dripping mandible spits at you a bit more as it clacks at you in anger. It's still standing. It's that creature's turn. The bug that you just slashed. And it will attempt to bite out at you.
Okay.
I'm not
18
using
armor class.
that d20 on this one. It is a 21 to hit.
That'll hit.
And it does 8 points of slashing damage.
Okay.
And 2 points of acid damage. And then it attempts in that bite to hold on. Nope, it does not grapple you in that bite. You are free of the mandible as it had chomped out at you. The tiny little snail's turn. Kind of wanders in a circle and sees a big green leafy bit in front of him and slowly chomps out at that leafy bit.
I'm a snail.
Rumil, the flying circus bear.
The flying circus bear is gonna let out a roar and then fly behind the murder hornet and try and do a from the air claw and bite like on the back of its neck. So he's just basically gonna attack from behind.
All right.
And he, as a bear, has 2 attacks, one with the claw and one with the bite. I'm getting those. Oh, come here. There we go. Okay, so first one is a 22 with bite.
Totally misses.
Yeah, right. Okay, so I'll resolve that one first. That's 3 damage.
3 damage.
Oh.
Woo.
Wait, with the pluses? Don't you get pluses on your attacks?
Yeah, I rolled a 1.
So
Oh,
it's
okay.
nibble. You nibble on the
Just-
creature.
Meow, 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 meow.
Okay, so then for the claw,
Mm-hmm.
13.
13 does not hit. So as you nibble on the bug, you
Just like
pull back, and the acidic flavor in your mouth, and you just claw out, but you aren't able to lock on to this creature, spitting all of the nasty goo out. Ari, it is your turn.
You said I had rolled away.
You had rolled away and were able to kind of stand back up near Garth.
Okay. So here's I'll tell you what I want to do, and I'll let you tell me the mechanics of what I'm able to do.
Mhm.
I imagine if I see that my weapon is not effective in the roll, I would have let go of the sword. Of like, it could hurt. It's
Sure.
infected.
Yep.
Okay. So then for my interact with object, I would like to draw my great axe from my back. And then my question is, since that's just interact with object, could I take my attack just to fire 1 round of magic missile?
I mean, as you rolled away and dropped, I'll let you have had your hand on. Generally, like, unsheathing a weapon takes a full action, so you can...
Actually, I just looked it up because I was curious.
I was
Okay.
gonna say, yeah.
And it does say drawing a weapon does not take an action or picking up a dropped one, because that counts as interact with object. They were saying that dropping and picking up, so that was where I was going to leave it to you. If
Oh, yeah,
dropping,
yeah. I mean, if in your escape you noticed that your weapon did something that was corroding, yeah. I'll let you have that, and you can have your axe ready to fire off shots, if that's what you wish to do.
I would like to fire off shots.
All right.
Shot.
Um, So it's three charges
That's
of
a
magic missile.
horse.
It's been a while since I've used this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Right?
Auto hit.
it's
It's
an
auto hit.
auto hit. You luck out
Okay.
because of the size of the creature. If you were trying to shoot it, it would have had a higher AC because it's much harder to hit as a little tiny snail. But since it's
Oh,
an
no,
auto
sorry.
hit,
I'm going to the acid.
oh, you're going to the acid.
Oh.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you're
Wonderful.
firing at the acid. All right.
Yes.
Go
So
for
sorry,
it.
I should have clarified. Okay, so 3 shots of magic missile. That is
5.
5 points.
5
Well, plus-
points.
Does she get a +1
I don't-
plus anything?
I don't think for magic missile.
Magic
Plus-
missile is +1
Plus
to
one.
each one.
Oh, okay.
So 3 bolts, 8.
8.
8. You fire these shots, and they twirl out and around Ari and Drackland, or Valari and Drackland, and kind of weave their way in. It does enough damage that this bug explodes in an acid spray right in front of the bear and all over Drackland. Valari, you get sprayed a little bit from the acid. What this does is Rumiel and Drackland are at a temporary -1 AC.
Sorry, guys.
Okay.
-1 bear AC.
-1 bear AC. And then when
Which was never great to begin with, if we're being honest.
Are we out of initiative then?
if this thing's polymorphed, I mean, technically.
Yeah.
But he's concentrating on it though.
So you're
Start taking off. I mean,
what
Hey, we just leave it.
what I was going
Yeah.
to do, because we're still by the edge,
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I was going to pick up the snail and go kind of like flick it into the ravine.
all right. You may do that, and
I do that. I write down a kill.
you may take a kill of a poor helpless snail.
well, okay. See, I mean, once it takes damage, if you overwhelm the snail, it's gonna go into the rust monster damage. But with falling damage like that, you're gonna wreck this thing.
Explode.
That's
While
what you get for attacking my friends.
While he's doing this, I want to like clean off my blade on the grass.
Yep. You do notice as you clean off your blade, and you hear a screech and then an explosion of this creature as it hits the floor of the abyss there. That your blade has minor spots of rust on the edges, but it doesn't seem to have set in to do much. But it is something that, to your blacksmith's eye, you do want to take care of as soon as possible.
Okay.
The dripping acid off of the bear and Lord Drackland permeates the fur and cloth and kind of leaves a few small like balding patches on the bear and a few little holes in the beautiful attire that Lord Drackland is wearing.
He's got fleas.
He's got fleas, yeah.
Mange.
Mange, oof, poor bear. TikTok looks around and kind of looks at the group. Wow, it's been a while since I've seen that. And you are out of battle.
By that, do you mean like us in action? Or just like 2 giant bugs attack people?
All of it? Like, I tend to, fight with others and stuff, but I don't see explosions like that. That was a bit weird.
Yes, it was.
Also, did you just throw a snail over the edge?
It was more than a snail, trust me.
Okay, well, it was a snail when you threw it, so that's kind of mean.
Well, it was. Didn't you see the giant rust monster?
I thought the rust monster just went away. I turned around for a second, and then he was
Nope.
gone.
No, I turned it into a snail, and then I threw it off the edge, so that it could not follow us even at a snail's pace.
Snails are pretty fast, though, right?
Depends on the breed.
Oh, okay. Well, that one looked like he wasn't that fast. Okay. Well, that's good to hear. I guess we go. He looks behind at the abyss and to the one path into the pathway because I found it.
Yeah, that seems to be the one way to go.
Okay.
All right. I'm gonna put my sword away and my shield away, and I just have my great axe since I want to be able to fix it.
All right. And you all carry on into this tight pathway that weaves back and forth a bit. And as we're weaving through, this is a great time to take a break. we're going to take a brief break. It should be about 10 minutes. Do hang tight. You will hear our theme song play this week, and yes, it will play because we've tested it, and it's there.
And it played earlier.
And it played earlier. But if you haven't yet, do enter into our raffle by typing the exclamation point giveaway. We are giving away one of the shirts that we're wearing. You can take a look at that.
Well, not the ones we're wearing, but
Exactly the ones we're wearing. You get the sweaty armpits and all.
We're so generous, we'll give you the shirt off our back.
No, take a look at exclamation merch. That will be a link to all of our shirts that you can purchase. We are giving one of those away in your size and choice of color when the show wraps up for the evening. So take a look there. We'll be back in about 10 minutes. And with that, see you shortly.
See you soon.
Welcome back. We're all snacked up. We're all ready to go. I'm ready to slaughter some player characters.
Slaughter player! Oh, wait, sorry.
Yeah.
Wrong side, Austin.
Only
Wrong
flying
side.
player characters, right?
That was last week.
Only flying bears. I'm shooting them out of the sky. Crossbones, thank you for asking. There's been some gummy bears, some beef jerky,
Dinos and sharks, yo.
some dinos and sharks, some whiskey. Alex eats pure light up there. That's the only way that his hair can grow the way it does.
I've been sneaking pretzels.
So he's been sneaking pretzels just for the sheer fact of trying
What'd
to
you
eat like a
guys eat?
human, but you know. He did step out into the sunbeams for just a brief moment. His hair is a little bit longer there.
Get that photosynthesis.
Photosynthesis.
I'm a bear.
Yes, we do. We still have a
Pretty
bear.
good pronunciation for a bear.
Very good pronunciation for a bear.
I don't know, I completely understand you.
Welcome back to the show. We just had a few little skirmishes here. One with some viney blights that tried to pull the players into the ground. Another with what would have been a rust monster, but it got turned into a snail.
Aha!
Well, there was all the displacer beasts too that were about to just nom on us.
Yeah, that was just a story bit to push you
I
forward.
was just get over the bridge already.
Yeah, as long as Garth made it over the bridge.
I had
Barely.
other things.
Barely.
I wanted to know what was gonna happen if you natural won that roll.
Oh.
I did.
I did too.
Nothing.
I did too.
No safety net.
Hey, if I natural one it, I would have finally been able to use my halfling luck, which I've never used because I
That's
never
true.
roll once.
Yeah.
Well,
Never.
before we dig back into the story, a few things going on. We do have a bunch of sponsors that have helped us do some great giveaways. I'm not going to go into all of the sponsors, but you will see them throughout our chat. You can see them below the video and also just above me. Please take a look at the links we have. It goes to each of the sponsors to share some of the fun things that they're doing. We've got coffee, geeky gadgets, and dice, and they're all really great. They're scattered throughout our set. We use them. We love them. I had a cup of coffee earlier. If you couldn't tell, I'm just a little bit hyped up right now, and you don't know what's going on, but whatever.
He doesn't know what's going on.
I don't know what's going on. I'm thinking ahead of time. So we have those things going on, and we also have the giveaway. So exclamation point giveaway if you haven't already. Don't worry about the page that pops up. It may or may not work. So we're going to do this manually. We've got a list of everyone who's entered by using exclamation giveaway. We've written you down. We'll roll a dice against it at the end of the show. You do not have to be here to win, but we would like it if you're here because we love having you here, egging the DM on to kill all the players. I see that. That's just the whole wall here. Yeah, there might be some sign-ins. There's been some issues with it, so if that's our tech issue of the night, happy to have that. But yeah, we are weaving our way into the forest, away from the displacer beasts and away from
The snails?
the snailified rust monster, the exploded, corroded bug, and we're pushing through the forest, players. As you push through the forest a bit, the pathway's tight and weaving, and eventually you're able to get to a small clearing. Probably about...
Oh, not another clearing.
No, it's another clearing, about 30, 40 feet across, but you do see...
I'm sniffing hard.
You're sniffing hard, and to your nose, you do smell...
Nothing,
No.
apparently. Sounds congested.
Man, a congested bear, the acid in his face. He didn't get to smell anything. As you do sniff around, you do smell the dank, damp forest, but the pathway across this clearing does show some signs of light, as this might be where you need to go. Oh man, you're so close. And as you see that and begin to push towards the light, what seems like a dead tree that's sitting next to that pathway stands up and cracks a neck a bit and stretches out some arms and lifts up a giant branch, club-like of sorts. It opens eyes that glow fiery red, and this thing stands about 8 feet tall and looks at the group and looks across and goes, "You thought that you could get rid of me. I'm in the forest now.
Oh, shoot.
And this is where I can grow in power." And as he lets out those words, you notice that the light in the eyes is far less bright than the few other times you've encountered the Dragon King.
This is where you can die!
Really wishing I had saved that polymorph.
He doesn't look like Treants from
No.
this
No.
is literally just a possessed tree type thing.
Rumiel, you would mildly recognize this as, yes, a possessed tree.
Okay.
Usually one that is taken over by a slain spirit or a spirit released into it.
Right. Yeah.
You killed my boyfriend! And if you're not gonna have us roll for initiative,
him.
I would straight up fire magic missile, but I can hold if you're gonna have us roll right now.
I'm casting Shadowblade.
If you all are like in anger ready to attack, we will
I mean, it
allow
seems like some of us are.
we will allow the angry boyfriendless fighter to fire her shots. And the rest of you get prepared and then roll your initiative.
As she's doing that, can I change my sword into a bow?
You may. As you see this all going down,
That's
Whoa.
11 points of damage, yo!
11 points of damage, you say.
Not great. I don't know what. It's gonna happen. I know it's gonna happen. I'm just waiting.
All right.
I'm talking to.
Himself.
It's like.
Mm-hmm.
I got that reroll, and it's.
Oh, yeah.
Not enough. Is now the time.
And now,
Not an
Roll the dice
initiative.
first and we'll see.
now,
It's just-
initiative orders, please.
It's gonna be a 1 at some point. I know it's gonna happen. With these dice, it's gonna happen.
Starting with Ari,
24.
24. I need to inspect that
Oh,
die.
Always get
Blacksmith.
ridiculous high initiatives.
It
I
just
get
rolled,
a plus.
it rolled an
With
18.
alert, I took a feat called alert where I get a +5 to my initiative.
Oh.
Okay. Garth, your turn,
That's
sir.
solid.
I'm sitting at an 18.
18.
What is your initiative bonus total?
Me?
Lauren.
I get a 5, and so I have a +6 total.
Plus
I guess
6.
I had a 1
okay.
before. Is it based off of wisdom?
Yeah, it's dexterity.
Oh, dex.
It's
Yeah.
dex. Yeah.
Yep, 6.
Lord
But I have been
Draclin,
rolling
sir.
really great.
20.
20. Rumiel.
9.
9. That's decent for a bear, right, Valari?
22.
Yeah.
22.
22.
Woo.
Okay.
I almost forgot my bonus.
You almost forgot your initiative bonus. All right. And Astro goes on your turn, so let's get his there.
All right. How do we want to play this? We killed this
Light
guy.
'em up, baby.
All
We
right.
can't use the same strategy as last time, though. That will not work out well.
Ari, you're the top of the turn order as you fired shots into this large tree trunk.
Yep.
Tree
And
trunks.
that worked pretty well, so I'm going to do that again.
Tree trunks.
I'll say that's your 3 then. How many charges do you have per day?
Yep.
Okay.
This is my last one. That's
Copy.
10 points of damage.
10 points of magic missile damage.
And then I'm going to call out to Brianna. Brianna! Cast web in its eyes!
All right. Brianna comes to life and attempts to fire a shot. And at that distance, it catches the shoulder and a bit of the face and covers one eye, but not entirely to the point where it can't see, but it does have a nice sticky spider web on itself.
Oh yeah, I have a spider brooch for any who have not met her. She's
Yeah.
a construct, kind of like B1RD, but a spider.
But a spider.
And a very fashionable pin, if I do say so myself.
Very, very. We've all been saying it.
Mm-hmm.
Valari,
Well, I have my shadow blade summoned,
Yep.
so how close am I?
this thing is about 20 feet out from the group. He's on the far side of this 30 to 40 foot clearing.
So I guess I'll throw it.
You'll throw
Well, I feel like, yeah, I'll just throw it.
it? Okay. Throwing the shadow blade.
But it's dim, so I have advantage.
It's dim, correct?
Look at that.
Same number?
Yeah.
Yep.
And it's not gonna work. It's a 16.
A 16.
Ooh. I mean, that's...
It's just a tree.
Is that a 16?
Yeah, but it's the Dragon King.
It does not hit. As you throw the blade,
See?
the tree's arm comes up and deflects it.
Told you. But it
Okay.
comes back. Meta magic?
Meta magic?
Meta magic?
Did you meta magic that to
Meta
start?
Oh, wait, it wasn't a spell though.
No.
So never mind.
All right. Astro lets out a bark and stands his ground as he's not sure what to do. This stick is a lot larger than he is.
His bark is worse than the trees.
Well, the tree's bark is worse than his bark.
Astro's bite.
Lord Draclin, sir.
Got there.
I will start backing up, and I will have my bow out, and I will take 2 shots at it.
2 shots. All
Get
right.
it.
Not throwing away his.
First one's going to be a 17.
That misses.
Okay.
Ooh.
I'm going to take another shot. This one I think is going to hit. Does a 26 hit?
That miss. Just kidding. It hits. That does hit. I was
Okay.
hoping that I could get a 26 AC. Man.
6 damage.
6 damage. All right. You fire the arrow, and it sticks right into the wood torso of this creature. That
No.
brings us to Garth.
Garth is going to see big nasty tree, huh? Well, let's see how you like a bit of fire, Scarecrow. And then he starts conjuring these giant pieces of flaming rock rise up out of the ground and starts circling him as he moves kind of like off from the rest of the pack, like kind of making sure we're all spread out. And he sends 2 blazing meteorites hurled at this tree. You need to
Get
make a dexterity saving throw.
Dexterity saving throw. 8.
That is going to mean that you take
Come on.
full damage as 2 of these blast you. Now, would you make a dex save for each one of them?
I mean, you could play it either way.
Like, pew.
I think you probably would, right?
Yeah.
I was gonna say, if they're 2 separate attacks, you can make a dex save for both.
I mean, it's all in the same action.
And
but
an 11 for the second one.
still misses. I guess you'll just have to take all the damage. Sorry.
Ouch. Okay.
So let me
We'll
just.
have dex stuff. That'd be great.
So I will just roll these 46.
46 what?
10 damage.
10 damage. Alright.
10 fire damage.
10 fire damage. As the meteorites explode on this tree, you see explosion pockmarks hit on the tree trunk. Crossbones, enjoy. Anyone who is still around, we will send people to the DAT stream after this.
Mhm.
Have fun.
As the pockmarks hit
Good luck, Katie.
and leave some burn spots on the tree, it is the tree's turn. And the Dragon King tree has a green aura spin up around it, and the pockmarks turn a little less deep on the trunk, and you see that it ends up healing a bit.
That's unfortunate. That's what that is.
When it does this, it charges the bear in the front and swings out with a magical club.
Can it still only see out of one eye?
Well, it can see out of both eyes, but it does have the web around it. So, whatever you wish to do with that.
Let's
I wish it gave you disadvantage.
No, it doesn't.
Because
give
you can
disadvantage.
see through it.
Do we have
it-
the wish spell?
What's that?
Did you say, do we have the wish spell available to us?
Yes, but the only wish you can make is to summon a golden goose.
What
I'm
about
gonna do that.
Later, we'll do that after.
At the cost of a life of a party member.
I volunteer.
I volunteer as tribute. All right. It swings
golden
out
goose be friends with
for
the
17 at the bear.
Dude, I got no armor class. Of course you're hitting.
Oh, of course you're hitting.
I had a 11 normally, so you took it to -1. I'm in like a 10. Like, this,
That is the math.
like-
you only get 3 points of damage, however.
Oh,
Okay.
wow.
that is not a spell, so I don't have to concentrate on it. Cool.
And it is your turn, Bear Rumiel.
Okay. Shoot. Now I am engaged with it.
You are engaged
That
with it.
is
I'm
true.
on it. Okay.
Bears are good at climbing a tree.
Bless-
Bears are good at flying.
It's true, you're still flying.
I
It
was
might
like,
be more than 10 minutes.
I was gonna say, has it been 10 minutes? So I can't assume I still have the flying on, do I?
It's in the last 3 seconds as you're hovering at the start of your turn, but you
Well,
feel it coming out from
I'm
under
gonna
you.
fly up at its face.
Okay.
And try, just like launch
Claw,
it
claw at its face.
at its
The
face.
eyes.
And like, since it's a tree and I'm a bear, I'm gonna like try and climb onto it.
Okay.
And would that be an action or is?
That would be an action. You could either do that or your attack.
Well, then I'm gonna attack
Okay.
because
Because
Yeah.
why not? Yeah.
yeah. All right, so we got a claw and a bite. First one is a 19. We will discover this armor class.
Hits.
All right, the bite for D6.
So it's between a 16
A little better than last time. We'll get 4.
4 points of damage. You peel
Yeah,
off a
that's
little bit of
good.
bark, just gently off of the top of the tree's head.
All right, so the claw.
You got to reroll.
I do. But is it worth for an attack of 2d4?
You might need it for a death save.
That's what I'm
For a
thinking.
death save.
Yeah,
Um,
2d4.
It's a 5. It's not hitting. So I'll just take the bite like last time.
All right.
I forgot about death saves. I might need it for that. I'm gonna need it real bad.
All right. In that case, we are back to the
Um,
top of the turn order. Unless there's anything else Flying Bear does.
Just make sure there was 3 points of damage, yeah?
Yes.
All right, I'm just need to find a way to make note of that. So he's at 19.
Gobshite says, kill them all. We've waited all season.
On it.
He's
So he is-
trying.
19 bear.
All of a sudden, a portal opens.
Then out falls a pillow. And that's it.
That's it.
Yikes.
All right.
All right, top of the turn order with Ari.
And I am right up on this thing.
You're right up on this thing. You feel the fly powers come out from under you.
I'm gonna get slammed.
Yeah, you're gonna get slammed. You feel the fly powers come out from under you, but you're still hovering there right in front of it till the start of your turn.
Oh, lovely!
This thing's only like 8 feet tall, so his face is probably, what, 6
Yeah.
feet high?
Yeah, you know. You're a little off the
I'm
ground.
gonna run around behind the tree,
Okay.
and I'm gonna take a swing with my great axe.
It's an axe. It's a tree.
Exactly. Feels fitting. That's not gonna hit. Yeah, 12's not gonna hit. Let's try the second swing.
Come on!
22.
22 hits.
That's better.
Awesome. D12.
Get it.
Is this the 12? This is the 12. I haven't rolled one of these in a while. Alright. 12 points of damage.
12 points of damage.
All right, what you go there?
All right. You've swung twice, and you've made a nice gash on the rear side of this giant tree structure.
And I would like to yell out, Brianna, shoot for the eyes if you see them.
Okay.
So if he turns towards me, he's
Hey,
dead.
that's fair.
Okay. Valari, your turn.
How long has it been since I cast my Shadow Light?
You cast it in the last room, so 10 minutes.
Oh.
The last round. Isn't it?
No, you cast it. Did you cast it entering here?
Before the battle, yeah.
Right
Oh,
before the
then-
battle started.
Within a minute or less. Because
So this is probably my last round with it?
you engaged with it right at the start of the battle. No, I mean, we went right into it, so this is your first round with it. So this is
No,
your second round with it now.
Yeah.
So you're in 12 seconds.
Okay.
Because you cast it right at the start of the battle.
Right before.
Yeah, so you're at 12 seconds-ish.
That is gonna hit.
Does it magically come back to your hand after you throw it?
Yeah.
It does.
That's pretty cool.
Let's see.
Dandy.
The Hex Blade is
Link
enjoying
25.
25 to hit.
Yeah.
Yes, hits.
And because it's a level 2 this time, it does just 2d8.
Just.
Plus your spell attack modifier?
That was for my attack. This is damage.
Yeah, no, I know, but I mean, do you get
Do
to
you
add your spell attack
do you get a
modifier?
bonus for
That's
that?
magic.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
did. That's why I got a 25.
Oh, no, for
to
your
your
damage.
damage.
Not on the damage usually.
No,
Okay.
Depends on the spell.
just on the attack. 9.
9. All right. You slice into the tree. Did you run off to the side, or are you under the bear?
Huh? I threw it.
Oh, you threw it. Okay. So you throw
Because
it.
I
and
haven't moved.
it goes right between the bear's legs. And you're safe right now. And you're able to recall it. Astro barks a couple times and looks up next to him and notices TikTok moving forward and just kind of standing and staring at the tree. Lord Dracklin, sir.
I'm gonna shoot at it twice more.
Twice.
Get it.
Once more into the breach. Careful.
That's a 23 to hit.
23 to hit. Hits.
Okay, that's gonna be 10 damage.
All right.
The next one is gonna be a 26 to hit.
Hits.
Nice.
Misses. The first
12
There you go.
damage.
All right. So you fire 2 shots and you hear them thunk right into the tree. You hear that there's a hollowness to the inside of this thing as it is an old dead log. Garth, your turn.
All right. So as my bonus action to open up, 2 more of the meteors are gonna fly towards this
There you
huge
go.
monstrosity.
We have a 16 and a 2.
All right. So here is the damage for the 16, which will be halved.
Yep.
So you'll take, after having 2 points of damage, 2 points of fire damage, and here's for that full hit. Oh, 10.
Nice.
12 points of damage.
12 points of fire damage. That was my bonus action. So now on my actual turn, I am going to cast Firebolt
Okay.
at it.
Type of damage better.
All
Is it
right,
inside?
for a total of 23 to hit.
Hits.
Yeah, I'm rolling my d10s. 2 of them. For a total of only 5 damage.
Celia!
For a total of 5 damage.
Thank you.
All right. That does hit.
Celia, make sure you enter in the giveaway. Just do exclamation point giveaway. No matter what it says, you're entered.
Yep. Make a
We'll
note.
get, we'll get you written down on the list.
Nice.
All right. You see some smoldering on the edges of this tree as you knock some bark off with your shots, and it does catch small flames. And again, you see the green aura float up around it and put out the flames. It doesn't quite heal all of the pock marks, however, but you do notice that this thing continues to heal itself.
When you guys look over at Draklin, you also see smoldering.
Also see smoldering. Man.
Tree takes 10 points of psychic damage.
And
so-
one lone tear rolls down the tree's face. As Rumil, you are floating in front of this tree. It raises the club up, and you notice vines grow up and around the club.
Oh, lovely.
And it swings at you as if it wants to just knock you out of the park.
Wing,
Yes!
bada, 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 bada.
We have a 16 to hit
On my 10
on
AC.
your 10 AC.
Go for it.
That means
Trouble.
Oh, we got trouble.
Right here in
you get 11 points of bludgeoning damage
Okay.
Ew.
and 3 points of general magic damage.
All right.
general magic.
General magic.
Warm.
As this large wooden bat slams into your chest, you lose the ability to fly, and you just kind of hook on to this bat, only a couple feet up, but still it slams into your chest and it stops, and you're now about 2 to 3 foot drop from the ground.
Gotcha.
Your turn.
My turn.
Correct.
Okay, I had some thoughts here. This is gonna get a little bit meta. I may have texted you something. If you
Okay.
can see that.
Checking.
Because my thought
Checking.
is, while you're looking that up, I'll kill a little time for what I'm thinking here. Rumil is thinking about bringing on some help in
All
the
right.
form of other beasts, in the form of possible beavers. Because I know they like the woody stuff. And so I looked for beavers while everyone was going, and there are no stats for them. I found a homebrew for dire beavers, which is I have sent to Jared here.
Mhm.
I'm going to allow him a little bit of time to review them, make sure he sees that they're like double check, make sure they're not overpowered because I literally just found these on the internet.
Being a dire beaver and with all of its stats, you're able to summon one of these.
Okay, because I was gonna use the oh gosh, I gotta scroll. The summon
Woodland
beasts, not woodland creatures. It is a large beast. A dire beaver is a large beast. So I would transform out of bear. I only had 2 hit points left, so I'm gonna transform out of bear, drop to the ground, and then conjure animals. It will allow me, and this is something you and I can talk through.
Yep.
1 beast at challenge rate at CR2, 2 at 1,
Yep.
4 at a half. If you, this is labeled as 1. If you want to just
It's more akin to a challenge level 2,
Okay.
based on some of its stats.
Okay.
I mean, it's technically a 1.5, but it falls one way or the other. We'll allow one of these guys.
Okay, and I will take that. Totally okay, Rulik, because this is just a homebrew that I've found trying to make something happen. So Rumiel's gonna change out of bear, drop down to the ground, and then bring up his staff, which he's actually going to cast Shillelagh on. It's a bonus action, so he's just gonna get that going, and then summon a dire beaver, which I believe you should have the stats on.
Yeah, I'm gonna have you keep track of its health, but I do have its sheet up here, so that way I can validate all of its fun features.
Okay, and I believe that conjure animals, they have their own
They have their own initiative.
initiative turn. So I will roll initiative for them,
Okay.
or him, excuse me.
Yep.
For my dire beaver.
Could be a her.
All right, come on. And it will be an 11.
An 11. All right. Have we named this one yet? Is it Justin?
Yes, its name is Justin Chewer of Trees.
Justin Beaver.
What?
Justin Bieber.
Thank you. I
That's
didn't
the
get that.
name of the beaver in Animal Crossing.
On
Oh,
the
is it?
Japanese game.
The Japanese version, his name is Justin, and it says Justin Beaver.
Justin Beaver.
All
That's
right. And it's an
good.
11, you said?
Yes, his initiative roll
All right.
was 11.
So since you were a 9, it will go in the next turn.
Okay.
And as this all happens, you see Rumil drop and turn back into his humanoid form. And out of the trees comes this giant beaver with a bloodthirsty look on its face, staring this big tree down. You see
Hopefully
it.
sap thirsty.
You see it lick the giant front teeth as it's ready to just latch in.
Well,
All right.
Okay.
When things get dire, leave it to the beaver.
That's right.
Leave it to Beaver.
Ari.
Yep. I'm gonna tell Brianna, stay ready for the eyes. Cast at the eyes. And I'm gonna take a swing with my great axe.
Okay.
That one's not gonna hit. That's a 9. That one's also not gonna hit at 16. Never mind.
You swing twice, and the blade must have been twisted in your hand just enough that it kind of ricochets off of the bark. Valari, it is your turn.
So I'm not a statistics person, so I'm wondering, do we like 5d8s or 9d6s better?
The 9
96?
gets
96.
Yeah.
I would say
96?
96.
Because at the minimum, it does 9 damage, right?
Right, that's
At
what
the
I was
maximum,
thinking.
it does
Well, and I think your average is a little bit better, but
54.
Okay, that's what I was thinking.
versus max 40, right?
Yeah, 96 for sure.
So I'm going to cast Lightning Bolt at level 4 because I can only do this once. I'm going to use my Tides of Chaos to gain advantage.
Oh!
And you're gonna have to roll on your magic table.
Well,
Yeah.
lightning bolt isn't
Is
that
that
a
a-
dex save?
Is that a deck save?
It says, yeah, save
It's a save, so
pass.
couldn't
So
get
you
advantage
couldn't
because
get
you're not
advantage.
hitting with it.
But the advantage would be on, I could give myself advantage.
For what?
Because the ability, oh, but no, because you check against.
Yeah.
He
He's
rolls
So
again.
what I'll do then instead is use my meta magic points to bend luck to subtract 1d4 from your dex check.
Okay, so roll your 1d4.
Wait, what? Oh, me roll it.
Yep, you roll
That's
your
you.
1d4 that you're gonna remove.
Four.
It's a 1.
Oh,
Hey, every little bit
maybe it
counts.
makes a difference.
Yeah. It's a total of 2.
Okay, so I didn't need it, but that's
It's
okay.
a total of 2.
All right.
Worth it.
This thing attempts to move just a little bit and it doesn't know which way to go.
So now we're gonna do 9,
What level did you cast this at?
4.
4. You do your 9d6? Is that what you said?
Yeah. Can I borrow a couple?
Here's some green ones. What
1, 2, 3.
what plastics do you have over
Hang
there?
on, 1 second. 3, 6, 7, 8, 9.
Okay, cool. As you're rolling that, just know that you will be rolling on your wild magic after this.
Punishment, retribution. Do you hear that? There's so many in my hand.
Celia is cheering you on.
Oh yeah, that's a lot of 5s and 4s.
Nice.
Let's see. So there's 10.
Jared's looking at 10 damage left. He's
There's
like,
another 10, so that's 20. There's another 10, so that's 30. So that's 34. Lightning damage.
You see this lightning bolt shoot out and crackle up this tree. The bark blows off in every direction. It is now a bare tree standing there with no bark.
Which, have you ever seen lightning hit a tree? It's freaky as heck.
It does have
I
a
have.
spiral crackle up the tree itself. This thing
Let's see the aura
is
cure that.
this thing is hurting. I need
It's sappied.
Ari and Rumiel to roll a dexterity save. And I need you to roll on your wild magic.
Rumil got an 18 on his deck save.
All right?
I have a 14.
A
I
14.
am behind the tree though.
Yep. As the bark blows off, Rumiel, you're able to cover your face. Ari,
get
you
that shield up.
You take damage as the bark blows off into your face of 4 points of piercing damage. What did you get on
14.
14? Ooh.
Or 104.
No,
14.
14.
It's, oh, yeah. Haha, it goes to 100.
If he took
Yep.
damage, does he have to roll on his concentration?
The tree?
No, me.
You didn't take damage, did you?
I just
No.
took damage from the bark.
No,
No,
you didn't.
You were able to cover.
You were
I
fine.
got 4 damage.
No, Ari did.
I
Alright.
got damage. You're fine.
Oh, my bad. Okay.
All right.
But
Let's-
speaking of which, I shoot Rumiel in the back.
Speaking of which,
Now roll concentration.
you
Just kidding.
feel
It may happen. Don't.
It could happen. It's true.
Valari, you feel the insides of your entire being begin to twist a bit.
Ooh,
Oops.
gross.
I need you to roll a save against your spell save.
Oh, this is.
Oh, against my. Okay.
Dice.
Mm-hmm.
Oh no, I didn't save. Wait, no, because do I use my dexterity modifier?
For your not for your spell save. You should have
I'll say you use your spell casting
your spell
modifier.
casting modifier.
Proficiency bonus plus
Oh, so I
charisma.
would use
Oh.
my spell casting modifier? So
Yeah.
I would get 19 against my 15.
Yes.
Okay, so I saved.
As you save, a brief glimpse goes through your mind that you could have turned yourself into a sheep
Oh, thank goodness.
with polymorph.
That would have been funny though.
That would have been really funny.
It was close. If I didn't have that modifier,
Shoot.
Your insides stop twisting as you're not polymorphing yourself here.
and I throw
I mean,
up, probably.
I mean,
Probably.
if I'm being technical, to save against polymorph is a wisdom saving throw.
Not charisma.
And on this sheet, it does say save against your spell save.
Okay.
So, okay. No,
But
if
if
I
I-
was saving against a spell save,
If-
though, would I use my attack modifier?
I'm being technical. You would, what did you use?
I used this one.
I would think you would use your.
I used my
Okay,
spell
okay.
casting attack.
It's fine. It's already been determined. I'm just trying to make
We're
her a
using
sheep.
we're using it as is. You did save this time. If there's any other ruling and someone has that for the next time and we figure it out, maybe it'll change. But
Okay.
we've ruled that you barely saved and you knew that you were going to turn yourself into a sheep.
I'm just trying
Because
to
you've done it
be-
before accidentally as a youngster.
That checks out.
That checks out.
Oh man. So that puts us on Astro's turn. Astro looks up at you as you are now barfing next to him, and he steps over and bumps into TikTok. And you hear, "Hey, watch it!"
We got TikToks there.
hmm
Yeah, right. Always a liability.
Lord Dracklin, sir.
I'll take 2 shots.
2 shots.
First one's
Shoot
gonna
me in the
miss.
back.
It's 13. The second one's gonna miss too. It's a 14.
Both of your shots careen from either side as you're expecting mere inch or so of bark to be on this thing, and you're hoping to just lodge it in. You were close. Garth, sir.
I, as my bonus action, will launch the final 2 meteors at him.
You had
That'll be
6?
2 yeah.
Get it, buddy.
We have a 20 on the die for one of them, and a total of 16 for the other one.
Okay, so you will take half damage from all of it, so I'll just roll the 4 dice.
All right.
Does the tree have lower armor class now that it's missing its bark?
It does not.
16 cut in half is 8 fire damage.
All right.
And then I will roll to attack with another fire bolt as well
All right.
with my action. Ooh, I don't think that does it though. With a 13.
13 does not hit. As you do see the meteorites smash into this tree, it begins to catch fire and smolder out the top of the head, and smoke comes out of the eyes and the mouth. If you were to make a judgment call, this thing is basically done for.
Should have hit it.
However, as you're watching this tree start catching fire, you do hear "Arr!" of Astro yelping out. And next to Valari and Astro, where TikTok stood, stands a taller, hooded, cloaked figure holding Astro under his arm. This seems to be something that has changed in TikTok's place. He pulls back a hood with a gray skin and sharp, pointy teeth underneath, and sneers and says, "Don't move any further, I've got your dog." And
Joke's on him.
holds Astro tight as if he's going to do some damage if anyone comes near. It
So
is.
he's taller than a goblin, right?
He's taller than a goblin, yes. It is the beaver's turn.
Okay.
He now
Well-
has a roast dinner in front of him.
I was gonna say the beaver doesn't know any better.
And charges in towards the tree creature, correct?
Yeah, he's gonna be like, oh look, rah, rah, rah.
All right, roll to
So
hit. Or roll to bite, I guess.
yeah, he has an intelligence of 2.
Roll to eat.
That will be a soft 20.
Soft 20. The beaver is able to latch on to the fiery tree.
Now, at this point, creatures of the plant type are vulnerable to damage. Creatures wearing wooden armor, which is a tree. Are you
Yep.
not allowing?
No, I'm allowing.
Oh, okay.
I'm just nodding because I know of all the things I saw on this.
Gotcha. Creatures wearing wooden armor must succeed a DC 12 Constitution save when struck by the bite. Failure is the armor being damaged, losing a cumulative permanent -1 AC. So,
All right.
if the bite hits, I'll need you to roll against that.
The bite did hit. Just
Yeah. It did.
do you
rolling
have
the-
any possibility to roll 0 damage in that bite?
He's only got like 2 points left or something.
11.
Man,
11.
if I had hit with Firebolt, I would have taken it out.
You only had to roll 1 point of damage.
I'd have summoned him for him to be like, oh, that was.
Yeah.
The beaver jumps up and latches into the tree, and as he bites down with his powerful jaw, the tree explodes in a fiery mess. But as it explodes, the entire thing disintegrates and leaves the beaver with nothing in his mouth, and he just kind of looks up and at the other trees around him and licks his big front buck tooth and figures out where his next meal will
One
be.
buck tooth.
One buck
Yeah,
tooth.
just one.
He broke the other one.
The other one is kind of sheared in its mouth.
I'm gonna no, never mind.
Rumil, it is your turn. And you've heard the yell out behind.
All right. Well, here we go. He's holding a knife to the dog's throat.
He is.
Cool.
He's got the dog up and he's got a knife up against him.
You know what knives are made of? Metal.
Mm-hmm.
So Rumil's gonna spin around, see that, and he is gonna cast Heat Metal
Heat metal. All right.
on the, which is a concentration spell that will dispel the dire beaver.
Yep.
So the dire beaver is now gone.
The beaver goes rushing off towards a tree, and as it goes for a huge bite of the bark, it disappears.
Valaria is hiding because Astro might die. She's very stressed out. Sorry, Push is asking why Valaria is
That's
hiding.
all right.
So I'm going to cast Heat Metal
Mm-hmm.
on the knife.
All right. And that is a saving throw, correct? Constitution?
Well, you will take 2d8s,
Yep.
and then the saving throw, I believe, is Constitution. Yes.
And if he fails, he must drop it. Yep.
If they fail the Constitution, they must drop it.
Yep. It is a 3, so he does drop
He
the knife as
Oh,
it burns
thank
his
goodness.
hand.
And he will take 6 points of damage.
All right.
I was
6.
worried he'd be holding the hot blade against Astro's throat.
No, it burns his hand and he lets go before it does any damage to Astro.
Yeah.
It's safe for now, but,
But
it's still
wouldn't
held in the
Astro
man's
have to,
arm.
because the blade was against his throat?
Yeah. Astro will take half of that damage because he had the blade point. So 3 points of damage there on Astro. A small yelp and a large cry happens as the red hot blade drops to the ground. Top of the turn order with Ari. The dog is now being held in one hand. This humanoid is shaking the other.
Okay.
I'm gonna say I think I'm gonna move in
All right, moving
because
in.
I see the knife is dropped. I still have my movement. I'm gonna actually move up to engage.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm going to walk up towards him, great axe ready. I'm gonna say, put the dog down. And I'm going to ready an action. The moment Astro is not in his hands,
Okay.
I will swing at him.
That's no incentive for him to put the dog down. Not
But
that he knows that.
He doesn't know.
But that's just like, put the dog down. You're walking up, put the dog down or I'll do something. But really, it's put the dog down so I can do
Do
something.
we need to adjust alignment here? Is this?
What are you, by the way?
No, because I'm assuming he's not gonna put the dog down. I want to be ready. What I mean by when Astro's not there, when Astro blinks away, I
So
will
if
hit
he
him.
puts it down.
If he puts it down, I won't hit. If Astro blinks away, I will hit.
All
I just don't
right.
want Astro to get caught in the crosshairs.
Valari, you're fairly close to this. It is your turn now.
And he's still holding the dog.
He's still holding the dog. Yes.
I'm like right here, right? Like melee range, if I remember correctly.
You're in melee range.
Cool. So I'm just gonna take my dagger and stab this guy.
You're gonna stab the guy. All right.
She's not waiting.
We don't even know who this guy is.
I don't care. He has Astro.
Who kidnaps a puppy? Cruella DeVille.
I was about to say
That
that.
didn't even attack. Oh no, I'm not stabbing him.
What did you roll?
A one.
A 1.
Oh.
+5 would only make it a 6.
But
Well,
it's a 1.
But,
It's a
I know.
How's
Um,
Astro?
What is your damage that you can roll on that?
A D4 +2.
D4 plus 2. Please roll as you swing out and you slice, and the creature moves to put Astro in the way.
4.
4 points. You do end up slashing out and catching Astro as you do, and he yelps and he looks at you, knowing that that wasn't meant to be him to be hit. Astro does let out a little yelp, and then you see fire in his eyes of bright blue, and you see it ripple down his back, and you just see his little paws kind of pull in a little bit, and he looks around, and then he just looks down to the floor, and he teleports straight down to the floor right at this guy's feet, and turns and just bites into this weird clubbed boot foot that you see. And Astro gets a 19 to hit, which does let him latch in to this creature for 7 points of damage. And this little dog is furious. And at this point,
He's the best boy.
Ari's reaction kicks off.
Soft 20.
Soft 20. It does hit. And as you start to swing, you see the arm come up of this creature as if he knew that you were going to swing, as if he was almost reading your thoughts. So feel free to swing.
Was I able to pull my crossbow out too?
11 points of damage.
11 points of damage. You swing and you clobber into the arm of this creature, and you see that what once was a hand before is almost like this big bulbous stump. And you see that as you hit, it kind of ripples the arm into a few different shapes. Humanoid, another creature, and then back to this big bulbous gray stump. At that point, it is Lord Dracklin's turn.
All right. Firing 2 shots to the face.
Firing 2 shots to the face.
That's a 27.
27, that does hit.
And that's going to be, 13 damage.
13 damage.
There you
alright.
go.
And the second
Bye,
one misses.
TikTok.
10.
Second one misses. The second shot flies over the shoulder, and it is Garth's turn.
Question, real quick.
Yep.
Yeah.
Jacqueline,
Yep.
your bow, are you using actual arrows, or are you pulling those as part of the
Oh.
basically magical nature of your bow?
I think it's magical. I'd have to look it up.
Okay.
I think
Okay.
so too.
I was just curious. Like, when you summon things, do you summon a bow and quiver, or do you just summon a bow?
I'll check. I mean, we've talked about it that if
Sure.
that isn't the case, I would have bought arrows. But yeah, either way.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. I'm just curious in the game mechanics for
Yeah, I'll look
anyone
it
who
up
might
real
be
quick.
interested in that character class.
Yep. What's it called?
So it is my turn. Yes.
Yes, it is, Garth.
Wonderful.
You do have Valari and Ari right up on this guy, and I think Rumiel as well, correct?
Yes, he moved to
So-
within melee range.
This guy is mostly surrounded except for the backside.
That's okay. All I need to do is see him to cast Mind Spike.
There it is.
Mental
Mind
mind.
Spike.
And just because I can, I will cast it at 3rd level.
Okay.
He must make a, I believe it's Wisdom save.
Lean. 19.
That will save, so you will take half damage.
Okay.
Oh, it's 4d8s. Can I borrow a d8?
Can I borrow a D8?
Austin, to answer your question,
Yeah.
it's not clear, but it's probably just the weapon, probably not the ammo.
Okay. Okay. Pure curiosity.
So that is half of 21.
Half of 21, so that'd be 10 points of damage.
Perfect. And
Round
I think Garth would also just shout out, "Who are you, and what have you done with our friend?"
As you cast Mind Spike and shout, you hear a screech from the creature as it does a massive amount of damage. It doesn't answer you back, but it does duck and turn to run. So those who take the attack.
Opportunity attack.
Mhm,
I'm
mhm.
taking one
We're
because
gonna
I'm done
go.
Got that
ticked
reroll.
off.
I will say, the Warcaster feat allows me to cast a spell as a opportunity attack, but I'm not sure that everyone will have that same ability. So if you're looking at what you can do, I guess that would just be Valari is the only other spellcaster.
I'm a spellcaster, but I'm right there.
Yeah.
I'm standing
Right,
up.
right. But I'm just saying that spells may not be
Yeah.
Oh, opportunity attacks. Well, I have the dagger in my hand,
Yeah.
so.
right. So you have that, but you would not be able to like cast chromatic orb. as
Right,
he-
right. No, I was just gonna use my dagger because it was in my
Fair.
hand. So.
So
Fair.
as he ducks and turns and begins to run from the top of the turn order, it is Ari who can take an opportunity attack.
I only got a 14.
And a 14 that misses. Valari, it is you who can take the next.
I have a. Sorry, I gotta find my modifier for this. A 19.
That hits.
And that is a 4 plus 2. So that's a 6.
As the creature turns and you stab out, you get square between what you assume are the shoulder blades, and it lays slump onto the ground and turns into an amorphous blob-esque form. It doesn't have a humanoid shape to it anymore. It almost seems like you killed a Gumby if you knew what a Gumby was in this world.
I was like, I know who Gumby is.
Pokey? Is Pokey here?
Pokey's not here, but this is a very gray Gumby. He's lost the green to his life. And the robes themselves get soaked with whatever this creature is as it kind of loses its form. Astro limps up to you and puts his head down and
And
whimpers. You are all out of battle.
I hug him. I wasn't tracking his damage, so I'm not sure. Where is he at? How many?
He got a
did
couple
he
hits, didn't he?
He took a couple hits.
Yeah,
7.
but how many did
He
he
took
take?
like 9 damage or something.
7.
7 damage,
7.
and
Okay.
he did
I'm-
end up at 13
13.
points.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to, well, now that we're out of battle, call down the balm of the summer court
Mhm.
on the dog. So I'll give him a d6. He'll take 7.
See, he's healed.
As you call that down and it hits Astro, you see all of his fur bristle up and his tail wag, and the spots where he was bleeding now close back up, and he kind of looks around and shakes in place as Valari's hugging him tight.
I'm like, I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to.
Technically, it would be 6 points plus 1 temporary hit point.
Okay.
So he's mostly
Yeah.
fresh.
Right. Because temp hit points don't act exactly the same.
Yeah.
But yes.
Garth is curious. Garth is curious and would like to go over and like kind of ruffle through this cloak
Yeah.
to see who this is, what it is, and why it took the form of TikTok just to try to lead us out of the forest.
Yeah. So Garth, as you're looking at it, you're rummaging through this almost soupy-esque mess now. And as you're looking through the pockets and trying to peek at this creature, you do seem to understand this to be what you've heard about, but aren't sure if you've ever seen before, to be a doppelganger. And you now understand why it looked like TikTok, but you're not sure why it was leading you out until you get to a set of notes within the pocket. Seems to be some weird spiral diagrams and a few time settings on there, like time of day or various other things that will let you know where paths are at. And there's a red line that follows through what seems to be a circular forest. This creature was trying to lead you to doom. There was a big red X near the pits that you had jumped across, as it seems that was where he tried to lay waste to the party.
I want to go up to the tree and just make sure that it seems like there's no leftover.
Where the tree had been, there's some dust and debris that was mostly the bark, but the beaver had destroyed the thing with its bite, and it's more or less some like smoldering sawdust at this point.
No, like, sign of the Dragon King spirit.
No sign of it.
Okay.
As he did say he's in the forest, that does ring out in the back of your head now, as this creature is dead, but where else could it be?
We should get going. We're still not through the forest.
Well, we're almost out, I believe. This is basically the entrance, correct?
Well,
Could I like just determine with the?
As you're looking at the map, you believe it's fairly close to the entrance, at least for the timing that you see noted down, and the little bit of time between the last area where you had fought the bugs and this area. You may only have a matter of moments before the forest changes in front of you again.
Yes, we should try to make our way out now. I think we only have mere moments.
don't have to tell me
Well.
twice.
Then let's be off.
Going.
As you rush through the last little bit of the trail, behind you, you hear whooshing and thunking and cludding as trees just somewhat rotate around. You're all able to make it out with barely the hem of the cloak of the last person in line getting hit by these trees. And as you fall into the sunlight, you notice the path that you had just come out of is now closed completely. And with that, there's a small encampment about 20 feet out, and what seems to be lines of people and creatures all the way around this forest from any direction you can see, a kobold runs up. Are you okay? We were waiting for you to come out. You've been in there for weeks.
Seriously?
Did you dispatch of him?
Well, we took the vial to the Well of Souls. We released him into it. He seems to be a part of the forest now, but
He escaped in some disgusting glitter.
I do believe he is weaker. I do believe we did what was
He
needed.
possessed a tree, we killed a tree, but he said that the forest would give him... We tried.
That's not good. And he rushes off back to the small encampment, and you see him like flailing to talk to the others there. A horn sounds, and a goblin comes rushing over. And as the goblin gets closer, you see this to be TikTok. Friends! I've been waiting outside of the forest for you for so long.
I have my dagger.
I've been...
Stop right there.
Ah!
What did we first buy from your shop?
Oh, I don't remember. I remember giving you a bunch of things. That axe on your back, definitely one. There was some silverware. There was,
Okay.
There was a lot of other things.
There was a doppelganger of you in the forest who tried... Sorry. Just had to make sure.
What? In the forest?
He looked like you, but he wasn't you, and he tried to kill us.
Was he wearing one of my... Did he have a fork? Oh, that's where my extra cloak went. Oh, I was blaming Barth for it, and I sent Barth to go get me another one. Whoops.
You were saying?
Well, I heard about the trouble you were having here, and so I rounded up all of the strand for as many miles as I could. All of the camps are here, and as you heard the horn, just watch. And as TikTok points to the forest, you hear more horns going off in the distance, and in that moment, arrows go launching. Arrows that are on fire go launching from everyone surrounding this forest. And not just one from each. Many keep launching into the forest.
Garth is torn because he's like, evil forest, but now it is... Yes, if the Dragon King's inhabited, let's light them up, boys! And he's just firebolt, 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 firebolt.
And as that's happening, a few farmers come riding up, and you see them looking around and seeing that it's the Strand, and one of the farmers goes running up to the edge of the forest and starts pulling away some of the wet mounds of old, dead trees and whatnot to expose some of the drier insides, and waves as...
So I helped with my mold earth.
As
I
you
helped
help
do
with your
that.
mold earth, you move some of the wet outer mounds that seem to be protecting this thing, and the dry forests are opened up for more shots. The bubble that once enclosed this has a red sparkle to it, and it seems to be sucking up towards the top as you are dissipated the power of the Dragon King. And within minutes, this place is ablaze so strongly that even 100 feet out feels like your eyebrows will burn off. And the Strand, the local farmers, and those that they had pulled together are backing away, watching the place burn. And as it does, it seems to just crumple in on itself. Food and drink and bandages are brought to you. A couple logs are rolled over for you to sit down. The Dragonborn that you had encountered limps up and looks at you. Seems you're all here.
-1. I don't think Ramil's gonna stand there and just watch the forest burn. I mean,
all right.
To be honest, he's... I get why, but I don't know that he's gonna, like, stick around for it. He's either gonna like walk towards it, or if the heat's too much, like walk away. There's no. I'm
Yeah.
not watching. He's not watching that.
So Rumil,
No way.
you're wandering off a bit then at
Yeah.
this point. But where's the bear man, the druid man?
Forests on fire aren't really his thing.
Even evil ones.
This is quite an evil forest, but I do understand his hesitation. Well, that doesn't put aside the needs of the leaders of this town. I hear you've been wanted in the town in terms of at least establishing order.
Oh, I was gonna say, how can we be wanted? Technically, we're the rulers at this moment.
Well, you are the rulers, and no one has seen you as you've disappeared for weeks.
Who took over while we were gone?
Also, really quick, we were gone like a day. So that's just weird.
Well,
But that's the forest for you.
must be. Well, I'm not quite sure who has taken over, as I've been gathering troops to destroy of this place. You only had another day or so before we were to just burn it down anyways. So I'm glad you've made it out. But, I cannot speak of who's helped restore order.
I sure hope it's Tyrell Goldenhand.
I did hear of,
Shadowblade?
a
Or Shadow?
farmer who did...
No, that was the farmer.
That was the farmer.
I know, but I was saying Shadow.
Yeah, a farmer who did take up some ownership to that, but that's all I know.
Okay, well,
We'll attend to this here if you wish to carry on your duties in the city.
yes,
All right.
I do suppose we need to head that way. Thank you for waiting until it got out.
TikTok kind of leans over and looks at you all. They weren't gonna wait much longer. oh. Whoa, yikes.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, wow. Huh, that would have been brutal. I'm glad you're out here, but I can't follow you into town. I must carry on with these guys, as there's plenty of other evil to carry on dispatching, lighting, fire. What are we doing out here again? And he goes and chases down a few kobolds who are carrying what seems to be a map with a large red X where this forest is at, as they have taken out one large source of evil on the island.
So,
Town.
Does anybody have an umbrella or a parasol? The sun's like burning my skin.
I forgot my parasol. I'm so sorry.
Did I miss a vampirism or something on
Yeah.
your character
Drow.
sheet?
Drow.
Yeah, I know.
I've never owned a parasol in my life, but you can wear my cloak if you want.
It's okay. I'll just bear it. Thanks.
That's what Rumil does every now and then.
Yeah.
Just bears it.
Ha 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 ha. Yeah. My skin's burning. I can't laugh. Sorry.
All right.
You can tell me if this is going to be prestidigitation or thaumaturgy, but I'll create like a little gray cloud over Drackland to help like give him shade.
Nice.
Yeah, you could prestidigitate.
Because that one you can do like illusory effect, like
Yeah.
sensory effects.
Yeah.
Thaumaturgy or minor wonders. So
Yeah, there you go. You can make a little gray rain
Thanks
cloud
for
over
throwing me shade.
Yeah.
anytime.
As you begin your walk back towards town, Rumil, you do notice that you've made it up over a little bit of a hill, so you can't see the trees burn. The group does come up near you as they head towards the town.
I'll stop and like pat him on the shoulder and just say like, "Sorry, friend." then keep walking.
No response as you keep walking. Anyone else
Well,
care to interact with him?
I don't know if he wants. I think Garth even can recognize that he doesn't necessarily want to be interacted with. So, talk about other things.
As
So about this whole being rulers of the town thing, though.
Yeah.
I know it's in my past, but I don't know that it's in my future right now.
I'm
a lot
not staying here.
This isn't even our home. This isn't even the plane.
That is true.
I'd like to find our way back.
Maybe someday, yes. Huh.
But we can at least help them get set up before moving on.
Help find someone to lead them.
We could always make that guy a regent, whatever his shadow, whatever his name was.
The Ghost Blade?
Yeah.
No, wait, oh, you're not talking
Ghost.
about Tyrell?
No, I'm talking about the Ghost Blade, who has royal blood anyways.
Garth, we're not always talking about Tyrell.
Well, I just think he's a really great guy.
He has very little understanding of how to rule a city.
I second that one.
Who really knows how to rule a city? I mean,
My family does.
He does.
Would
That's
you
true.
like to stay and rule?
I don't know. I don't know these people. I'd have to know them better to know if I wanted to rule them.
as you're speaking, a portly man comes riding up on a rickety carriage and looks at you all. So, I see that whoa, please don't tell me that was your doing. And you notice that it's Perkins coming up. The carriage is cleared out. I heard word that, there were some survivors of a long trek. May I take you back to town or elsewhere if you need some rest, sir? And he looks over at Rumiel briefly. I'm sorry for your loss. I feel your pain.
Give him just like incline my head, just give him a slight nod.
Shall you hop in? What
Yes.
can I do for you?
I would very much like to.
Rest.
Yes, sitting would be nice. Thank you. I guess.
You said he had a wagon, yes?
Yeah, a beat up carriage of sorts. It looks like a passenger carriage.
Mhm.
And the rest of the group had noticed that when they'd met him before, it was stuffed full and packed on top. Now it's pretty emptied, but the carriage inside is fairly well worn and beat up. One of the door creaks as you open it.
Climb on top.
You climb on top. The rest of you climbing in on top. Where do you wish to go?
I'll
In.
sit inside.
In.
In.
Is there room for Astro inside?
There's room for Astro inside, yeah.
Okay, then we'll sit inside, I guess.
As you lean to pick him up, as you hop in, Astro looks up and he teleports up next to Rumiel and lays his head on Rumiel's side
Okay then.
and wags his tail just to give you a little bit of comfort as he sees that there's someone in need here. And then he leans away from you briefly and peers down into the group and lets out a little
You're fine.
just saying he'll be up here. And Perkins begins to roll you back towards town. It's a very bumpy ride, and as you're rolling in, a couple small children who are packing up some of the tents that once made the city camp outside are looking, and they're clapping. And a few people come out of the homes that are outside across from the tents, and they begin clapping, and you roll into the city with cheers and clapping and an uproar that is quiet and reserved, but enough to say welcome. Perkins stops in front of the inn and hops down off of the front of the carriage and motions you to the inn and says, I've made sure to have some dinner prepared and some drinks should be poured shortly. I know you're needing it and I don't want to move you into the castle yet. Let's get you somewhere comfortable that you've stayed. My shop is open for you whenever you need, and I hope that you lead us well, however you do.
Thank you, good
Thank
sir.
The crowd parts. You get a couple kids just waving, some nods of a few people that recognize that you've done great deeds here. Inside, the inn has been cleared out for the most part. You get a private dining area up at the front. You do see that the Shadow Blade is sitting at the table.
Ghost Blade.
The Ghost
Sorry.
Blade, thank you. The
It's
Ghost
okay,
Blade.
I was doing it.
The Ghost Blade is sitting at the
The
table.
ghost shadow knife.
The Ghost Shadow Knife Man thing.
Tyrell.
And
Tyrell?
Tyrell, they're both, no, the Ghost Blade and Tyrell are sitting together discussing a few things as there's a few extra plates set. Both Tyrell and the Ghost Blade stand up and give you a salute and quickly welcome you to sit down. And you see that the papers set out are drawings of the city, marking damage and rebuild that is planned. And they begin to fill you in of some of the restoration already happening on the city. Tonight, you are back in the inn. The city is yours to rule if you so wish. Food is being served. The tastiest of the beers from the lower city are coming up to be set in front of each of you. A large chunk of meat is set down for the doggo to chew on, and all sorts of baked goods come rushing in the front door with the goblins from the Shadow Bakery to give you some dessert. And this is where we will
Victoria Sponge.
end. The Victoria Sponge, the honey crullers, and various other treats. This is where we will end as you are having a rest, a meal, a discussion, and we will see what you do with your city in season 4.
Wow.
Oh,
Well, we didn't die.
Well, that's a plus.
Yeah, I mean, you didn't die to what the doppelganger was attempting to do to you. And in your witty battle plans, you did knock off a good solid 20 minutes of battle, and then some. And we
That's
ended
why
up
we got
finishing
done on
on time for a season finale.
just in time for our.
Because we flew
drawing?
over an entire puzzle.
You flew over an entire puzzle,
So I'm gonna give you this. You can
ended
assign
up-
numbers.
turning a creature into a snail.
Snail.
So you probably cut like 40 minutes off.
So I gave Jared the list of everyone who entered. He's going to assign numbers. I'm gonna roll a dice.
All right. We did double check everything here. We have 8 entries into this.
So we'll roll an 8.
Mm-hmm.
That works out nicely.
Sorry,
And
this 8
one of
feels
my
really
favorites.
small.
this 8 will determine.
It is a 5.
It is a 5. That is our Goblin Baker Shadow Reels. So Shadow Reels, we will reach out to you. We will give you a choice of shirt and size. We will,
OMG, you shouldn't message her until like later tomorrow after she's watched
she's watched it.
Oh.
It'll go. I think we have her on our Instagram, so we'll set something up there tomorrow to show up.
There you
So
go.
Shadow Reels, we'll be in touch with you in the next couple days to get you to pick out your shirt style and size, and we will get that shipped to you, whether or not it's direct shipped or if it has to come here and then out to you. We thank you for being a big fan. We thank you, everyone else who's tuned in for the season, the past couple seasons, the summer season. We are continuing to play after this. We might be down for a couple weeks. We might have some other things happen in those couple weeks, so do keep an eye on our Instagram and our social media because we want to be in touch with you. If you haven't already and you came for this season, we do have seasons 1 and 2 up on podcasts. Your favorite podcast, go listen on that app or site. We're all there.
It's about 2 episodes, but...
Yeah. We do also have our summer series, which isn't in podcast form. That's only here on Twitch, as our main storyline is the only thing that goes to the podcast. So do come back to Twitch. Take a look at that for all of the fun other things that happen. Players, anyone have any sign-offs, anything else they want to say at the end of our season here?
I would definitely want to also thank Blacksmith Craft Dice, Caffeinated Kobold, Critical Treasures for being our sponsor, helping us get 3 seasons into this show. Again, as well as you, the fans, who have definitely made this happen. I know we're not all in our studio yet, but we will be again soon, and that studio is all thanks to you, the way that looks and everything, and just, yeah, Alex came on this season, and Lord Draclin has been a fun addition. We got to play with Austin again regularly. It's just been a great season 3.
Yeah.
It has. Again, thank you everyone involved, players, fans alike. Please stay tuned here for just a couple moments. We're going to transition you over via a raid to the DAT network. Another show, or set of shows actually now. They've got a ton of stuff going on.
Yep.
A whole network of shows. Nathan plays in a few of their shows, and we're buddies with a handful of them. We have Jared Hoy, who's been a guest star here, so if you want to interact with that whole group, please stay tuned. I am initiating the raid. Spam their chat. Enjoy
Send them lots
their
of
show.
love.
Send lots of love.
Wreak havoc.
Wreak havoc on their chat. Yeah. And here we go. We're sending off the raid, and we'll kick into our end credits. Thank you, everyone. Bye.